Why wait? Why wait till 1 o'clock? I got everyone here. Give me a second, y'all. So, how's everyone doing? Saw your comment and looking now. Got lots of stuff. That's Bruce that wrote that. Anyone see the X Factor winner exposing Freeze? That's always good to expose them. They're part of the problem. Just type in the YouTube search bar. Pentagon released a video last night. Thanks, Jersey Dolphins. I saw his comment. I didn't get a chance to answer it, but I did see that he mentioned that on the Pentagon there's some new information. So get to it. Get cracking after the stream, of course, and go check that out. And like he said, that's what you put up. Just type in YouTube search bar on YouTube too. Well, that's why I didn't see it. I was looking on the news. Pentagon released a video last night. So there's lots going on with the Pentagon. Naval intelligence, they've been, keeping the blanket over everything, keeping everything hidden, keeping everything secretive. I don't think they're going to tell us they're going to tell us a lot of problematic things, but I don't believe it's going to be the entire secretive list of, they have a security blanket over everything, and they're not releasing much. It looks grim, pretty grim when you, thanks, Awake, Not Woke. I appreciate that, brother. And damn right, man. We stick together. That's what we have to do. I'll say in Spanish, juntos, together. You guys check out my Spanish video? Hope so. If you're not Spanish, you're not going to be checking it out, but you still can, because it's funny to hear me speak Spanish, and that way you can still watch the video. I want to thank all the new subscribers. There has been more subscribers this week. A rare occasion that occurs here on Bruce Sees All. We've had nice big bursts of people coming by, new subscribers, but it usually comes in pockets of little incidents that these subscribers all arrive at the same time. So really want to thank you all for the interest that you have in the channel. Next video is already ready-ish, and I'll be putting it up maybe at 2 hours maximum. It should be already completely uploaded after this, and I'm going to get some cool close-up shots of course, Aristarchus, Copernicus, and everything I was able to get during the supermoon. So we're going to take advantage of having supermoon footage to try to see it a lot closer, and that's what we're going to do. Dennis the Menace, love you, man. Best wishes to you too, brother. Thanks so much, bro. Thanks for the support, everyone. Eric, thanks, man. Nice to see you. Hiya. Yeah, I can't thank you all enough, guys and gals, for the support. I really appreciate that. I'll have a look. Yeah, check it out. Awake and Not Woke. There's a big difference with being awake and being awoke. Woke are the leftists, and awake are the real truthers. That's what it's going to come down to. And I'm trying not to talk too much about things that are occurring, because everybody knows that we get blocked. My ads are limited. There's a whole bunch of crap going on all the time. Newsmax. Yep, I check out Newsmax. I check out Sky Australia, and I check out Fox. That's the only news that I've been listening to. I looked at some old Newsmax videos. There's one that they were themselves putting down Trump, and you really have to sift through the bull crap that's out there, and these are big media associations that are lying to the people. So we all can agree that all the countries and news media associations, the big ones, are together in hiding this massive secret, which some of you are starting to say yourselves, thinking like me, because I've been thinking this for a while. Maybe UFO disclosure, has a lot to do with what's going on in the world right now. Maybe has to do with the virus or whatnot, whatever's going on. There's quite a bit going on. Hello, Darla. You're jammed. Everything's jammed up. I should see you normally in a couple of seconds. If you just Thomas Ribas, merci mon frère. C'était le premier donneur et j'ai même pas remercié. Comme d'habitude, Thomas Ribos, merci beaucoup pour le support que tu donnes à toutes les chaînes, mon frère. Un big merci. I'm driving. It's hard to read that. Hello, everyone. Keep your eyes on the road, and I'll tell you if you miss anything. Thanks, Christopher Rollins. Michael McNally. Thanks, Michael. I try to be, man. I try to be funny because there's so much crazy stuff going on. But because what's going on is not really funny. Steve Crawford. Welcome, man. Mike Knapp's in the house. So, and Mike Isaacs, how's it going? Hi, Bruce. Great research. As always, the best anywhere. Thanks so much, Mike. I appreciate that, man. You're going to like the next video. Next video is some similar footage to what we saw, but we're going to go all out. And that's what I've always done. Those of you who've been following me for a while know that I'll film the moon, and then with the videos, I gradually zoom in. Then we go look at structures if we see structures or 90-degree angles and whatnot. Ralph Piolio. Hey, brother. Good thing you're saying hi, Darla, because I haven't even seen him yet. Dusty Hughes there. There he is, Ralph Piolio. Hello from Arkansas. Steve Crawford, thanks, man. Arkansas, USA is in the house. It's that time again, Craig 1971. Nice to see you, man. Everybody, welcome to where the cool kids hang out. Yes, Darla, we have a good group here. Yeah, Bruce, they me-only news source now. Yeah, exactly. It's true. You know, like I go and see Newsmax and I go and see everyone. They're doing good. They're doing very good, very truthful along the way. But you see something that happens and you see them say some information. And I'm not talking about Newsmax in general. I'm talking about everyone in general. Truth, if you want to compare the Bible, there's no lukewarm person. You're either hot or cold. Well, the information that's out on the internet should be the same. Out in the news, on television, it should be either cold, that they're telling lies completely, or they're telling complete truth. Actually, I've seen some of them that are lukewarm. They're in between. With those, I don't hang around too much with them. Annette Cussy, how are you doing? Or QC? I never spell the names. I never pronounce the names outright. Annette, thanks for all the comments too. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys and gals, for connecting up. It's awesome. The man of the hour has entered the room. Where is he? Is that me? The trolls think I'm the man of the hour. That's for sure. Trolls have been very, very busy these past few weeks on the channel, getting more and more upset with me, apparently. And I'm smiling more and more and more. What's up, Bruce? Hello, everyone. UFOs are up, man. They don't know where the heck these UFOs are coming from. They don't know if it's a threat from an outside country, outside of the US, like China, let's say. Okay. Or any other country, if you want to think it's, I don't know. I don't think it's Sweden. It's not being racist. I just don't think it's Sweden, you know. But everything's made to look like the companies around us are actually companies inside our country. Did you know that? No matter what country you're in, you have companies, and there are companies that have addresses that are outside of Canada. For those of you here in Canada, you want to know where NASA is? Come to Quebec, come to Montreal. They're here. They're all over the place. They got all their companies here. They're doing projects in space, and we're building crap for them. And it's all going to NASA, but it's not in the news because they don't have to talk about what's going on in other countries now, do they? So then you get the real understanding that there's several countries that are involved in this, a whole bunch, whether they're all together to hide stuff, or they're all together to try to find out what's going on. I don't know, but there's definitely other countries involved inside of each of our own countries, whether it be Australia, United Kingdom, England, France, Canada, United States. There's all this stuff going on. The alien autopsy video. Have you all seen it? The alien autopsy video that was put in a film in 1947. Well, it turns out it's real. And if it's not, tell me why right now, if you want a frame, one real frame off the real strip of the 1947 film that posted it. You can go and see the auction right now. It's up for bid for $1.5 million, I think it is. It's a frame out of the movie. Why would somebody pay $1.5 million out of a movie frame for a movie frame? Which, by the way, 70s, 80s, that exact image came up in either FBI, was it CIA, a file, a report that came up, and it was about the alien autopsy video. When that report came out, then the person that, I mean, don't forget, there's a person that actually filmed this, right? And he declares that it's real. Obviously, he filmed it. So that person that filmed the alien autopsy video was really happy when the CIA or FBI got interested in trying to find out whether it was real or not. Well, apparently it definitely is. They say that the image was real, that it was a real cadaver of a real alien being. So I also started looking up in the news immediately after getting this information this afternoon, early this morning, actually. I started looking up already about the alien autopsy. And you know what? It's already in the bloody news where people are talking about it, saying it's not real. So there's always this hush up and this quietness or this cover up all the time when anything UFO related comes out, right? Looking pretty grim with what the Pentagon is going to expose. I do believe it's going to come out solely through leaks like Jeremy Corbell did. But then again, now we have to sit down and wonder if what Jeremy Corbell is showing us is actually real. So there's all these stories. So look back at the old stories. We have Roswell, which they're still lingering on whether it's real or not. That's laughing at people. Definitely laughing at people. Weather balloons, my ass. Okay, we're past that. There's a lot of evidence of people reporting having seen different things when Roswell hit in 47, New Mexico. They were saying that there was debris where the landing strip, what it made. There's 3 different stories. So that's what you do when there's some truth out on the internet. For them to screw that up, they're going to add a lie, quite simply. Right? They could add a lie into some truth that was said, and nobody's going to know what's real and what's not real. So you got to wonder what the hell's going on. One Bar Brian. Thanks, Bruce. Keep up the great work. Brian in Medicine Hat. Thank you. My faraway neighbor. Thanks, One Bar Brian. Thanks, guys and gals. Appreciate that. Hitler. During the war, we, all of you, like me, heard of a supposed UFOs that the Nazis would have had, right? Because, when we talk about Germany and the war, there's sort of 2 groups of people, which somebody mentioned in the community. I don't know if it was Jersey Dolphins or somebody. You have the Nazis, but you have the Germans. It's 2 different people. They're all Germans, but it's 2 different goals. During the war, they talked about the Germans having made these advanced machines, right? We do know that they were advanced with the machines. We know they were making big tanks. They were making bigger tanks. They were making a tank that could shoot. I don't know what the name of it was, but it could shoot anything. It was like ginormous, this ginormous tank. So they were pretty advanced already when it came to finding out about UFOs. But who is it? Mark Felton? Mark Felt? It's a guy online. He has a UFO. He has a channel. He always talks about world wars, the World War II, the Germans, the Nazis, British, American, Canada, anyone involved. And he was talking, I think it is Mark or Mike Felton Productions. Very, very smart guy that shows a lot about what's going on in the war. And he was talking today. That's why I mentioned it in the community about a UFO. What was the name? And it was shaped in a bell. I don't know if they call it the Bacher or whatnot, but it was shaped like a bell. It was an anti-gravity machine. And this is speculatively speaking, because I have no proof on this. You probably heard the story yourselves. So they say that this anti-gravity machine was actually functioning, working with red mercury. So I thought that was interesting as they were talking about that. They were talking about them, doing this production of this, insane object, anti-gravity object that was hidden most likely underground. And then all the other stories funnel out. Is it an alien downed UFO? That's why I talked about in the community, in the polls. Is it a downed UFO that the Nazis picked up and just back engineered? I mean, so a lot of you were telling me it was ridiculous. And how can it be ridiculous when Bob Lazar told us the same bloody story, that apparently Americans were back engineering 9 different propulsion type UFO crafts that were in the bunker at S5 in Area 51. And he didn't get killed for that, right? It's a little odd. You had to wonder. I mean, I love Bob to pieces, but you can't help but wonder if Bob was paid to say this. Now, hear me out. I love Bob, but you never know. We got to, don't count your chickens before they hatch is what I see. And why would they, when people stay stuck on one thing, they can lie. When they change the perception and they see that people are biting, they can continue that lie. And it all depends on us. Most of the time, the information, the way it comes out is all because of us. Always because of the way people react to any given information. Mike Knapp, how's it going, man? Dusty Hughes in the house. Nice to see you, bro. There's lots going on. So much going on, but the little odds and ends are meeting up now, right? Like Roswell's coming into this and everything. The World War II, Kennedy's coming into it, CIA. I've gotten to the point where I used to think that CIA members were actually saving America, and now I just don't know what's going on. You don't know if these are just the shadow government. Is the CIA just literally part of the shadow government? Unidentified aerial task force is still naval intelligence in the Air Force. They just developed a new name and a new group of people, they say, that are going to be looking at UFOs now. It's still the same branch of the military. Nothing's changing. They're changing titles for us, right? And don't forget, military is going, and the Pentagon, the 3 branches, naval intelligence, everyone, FBI, they're all probably going to make a specific way that they're going to be able to admit when they see UFOs. It's going to be little basic terms that they're going to share with us. Because in reality, you look at some of the reports that they're talking about the UFOs, and there's all these numbers and codes that we don't understand. If we were to understand all those codes and to really see it all, it would be pretty revealing, I'm pretty sure. Hey, Peter Shells, thanks for coming by, man. Craig, 1971, thanks again, bro. Great videos, bud. Great research as always, the best anywhere. Thanks again, Mike Isaacs. I appreciate that, man. Morning, all. It's Friday. Yes, finally Friday. Kathleen Shields, thanks for coming back. Nice to see you. So we got some new subscribers today. I hope some of them are here. I hope some of you are here. Feel free to jump in anytime. Everyone's always welcome here. We're a hell of a good family here, because that's what we have to call ourselves now. Really is a family, because you guys... I see more of you guys than I see my actual family members. So we have to consider that we are a pretty big family now, actually. A lot of us coming back, same people coming back to the channel. I greatly appreciated it. I want to thank News Snackadas, Frank, in his channel, one of 2 channels he has, also Planeta Snackadas. Or is it Planeta News Snackadas? I think it's Planeta Snackadas. But anyways, Frank, if you're listening, and if you do speak English, which I hope you do, thanks for sharing my work. It's a big channel. It's got over 1 million subscribers, 1.5 million with his 2 channels. And he's sharing my work when I show something really revealing. It's getting a lot of Spanish-speaking people to come over to the channel. I'm really grateful for that. And then after that, I ship them over to the Spanish channel if they want to get an idea on what I'm doing. And, I just think it's important to tell you all, thank you for those of you who are connecting with the channel. This is my full-time job. There's no grass cutting. There's no extra little jobs that I go and do elsewhere or get money under the table anywhere. This is the only revenue I have, or these silly, little ads and stuff that are on my video and stuff. And that's the only way I get help, is when you come and watch the video and take the time to like it. Like now, if you're here and you take the time to like the live stream, it helps the algorithm push me out to others, because YouTube's a little hard up on that. We know now the vaccine hesitancy that Facebook is doing. I'm not even going to talk about it. Mark Zuckerberg, what an a-hole. I'm not even going to get into it. It's maddening that all that's going on around me. And I got friends that are stopping to talk to me now. When I say friends, it's Facebook sort of friends. Really upset when I come to speak of truth. Yeah, they're like, wow, what a I don't know what the mentality is, where some of us are looking for the truth only, and some people are just offended when people are talking about the truth. It is now racist to say that the virus started at the Wuhan lab. Don't believe that, and don't change the way you've thought for your life. Unless you are racist, you should change it. Don't be racist. But you can still give your opinion on something like another culture or another race or color without offending somebody. We've always been able to laugh at each other and talk about things. Really don't understand what's changed. There's definitely a change in things that are going on. You still driving, Christopher? Diano Vandal. Bruce, I hope you won't buy into the Gov reveal. No, I'm going to be very careful. Is it Dino or Dino? Thank you. Or Diano, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And no, you're absolutely right. You have to be careful. But here's another thing. I have the same information for you. I promise you I'm not going to buy into the Gov reveal, but I am going to keep an open mind, my open ears, and my eyes open to hear what they're saying. It could be an indirect thing that they're going to tell us that maybe only a few of us that are awake and not woke will understand exactly what's going to come out. It's down to the seriousness of it all now. What I'm expecting is probably like some of you, I'm expecting to see a war break out before June 1st. Like, I don't know if we're going to see disclosure. I think we're going to hear boom first, the way it's going, because it's really, it's looking grim. But there is a pressure on these three branches of military to speak up. And if not, well, Jeremy Corbell himself said that there are more leaks going to come out. So this is a good thing. And again, open-minded. It doesn't mean what Jeremy Corbell is showing us is real. I understand that. But we still have to admit they've never opened up like this, ever. Never, never, never have they opened up like this. And now you got to wonder why they're reaching back to Roswell and all this. Is because it may have something to do with what's going on right now. I believe China has a lot to do with what's going on right now, honestly. Another thing, maybe Chinese are the ones that created those UFOs. Russia Tic Tac UFOs they talk about. Is it real? Does Russia really have Tic Tac UFOs? Or and you got to remain open-minded. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they aren't. But I'm still not going to put it by or blow it off that the states could be saying that as a lie. So could Russia be lying. We don't know. And I think that that's how they're protecting themselves, is that all this information that's out there, people just are fighting over amongst ourselves, which is so silly, about what's going on. And it's a lot of people that are close-minded. They're not out of the box or opened up to think of any other possibilities. LT Gold 007. Hey, brother. Nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Friday, Bruce and mods. Love to you all. Thank you, Annette. It's a beautiful, gloomy Friday. It's going to start. Mr. Gray's in the house. Hello. Buffalo, New York. Thanks a lot, my friend in New York. Welcome, Mr. Gray. Ugly woman can. Hi, Bruce. I'm not surprised by the lack of information on the UFOs. Absolutely not. Same here. I'm not surprised at all. I honestly think I'm still holding the same thought and idea, though. I believe there's a possibility that June 1st they could tell us everything. Why not? Why wouldn't they? What would be the cause of them if ever they did have to tell us something? It would be if another country, for example, if China found out that the U.S. was doing things with UFOs or on the moon, whatnot, they would force the Pentagon to disclose, and for example, this is theoretical. Maybe China said, well, if they don't expose it, we will expose it. Never understood why China doesn't expose NASA and what's going on the moon. They even landed there themselves. They're sort of like American groupies, right? The Mars rover, Perseverance, and the helicopter and everything on Mars. The next hours or day after, China landed supposedly with his rover. Whether they landed on an island in Canada or not, I don't know. It'd be nice to get out and see that. Did you all know that the American astronauts and a Canadian one too will be part of the Artemis program? They have what country? South Korea. Moonjai, his name. Anyways, did you guys hear in the disclosure about the guy's name that's disclosing about the Wuhan lab? His name is Amit Ball. A freaking meatball. His name is Amit Ball. Hey, Amit the Ball. Come on, are you serious? We have A. Blinken in Congress now. We have the first coronavirus vaccine receiver that died. Sorry, YouTube, but it's true. And his name was William Shakespeare. What all these names? Are we going back into the past? I think there's a lot of funny shit going on. Sorry. A guy named a meatball. Are they laughing at us? They showed us a picture with Pluto on planet Pluto. Was that a joke? You remember that one? The dog Pluto is like the design of Pluto's surface is Mickey Mouse face or Goofy. Come on, it's a joke. Those of you who don't believe me, go and check it out. Walt Disney on Pluto. You go look and it looks like you see. Anyways, it's a real joke. A meatball. Come on, look him up. AMILT or MAMIT something BAHL. A meatball. Okay. Who's the next person that's going to be president? Like someone named like Michael Jackson or something? Hi, Bruce. Just got out of Liana. Is that Virginia? If I'm not mistaken. I hope so. I don't usually get them right. The states. Raining and 55 here. Good videos lately. I'm excited to see new subscribers. Thanks, Jack. The video's always good, Jack. The videos, maybe they're better now. Good if they are. Thanks a lot, Jack, for the support, for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. Jack Moreland, welcome. Did you see the eclipse? Annette, thanks for asking. No, I did not see any eclipse. Get this. I saw the moon every night, even during the evening where the eclipse was supposed to be. Didn't see anything happen. I saw a very orangey moon, but of course it was on the horizon. And when the moon's on the horizon, it's always orangey, whether it's rising, whether it's descending. Notice that the moon, when you see it coming over the horizon, those of you who aren't stuck between houses like I am, you will see a moon that's always very close as it's rising on the horizon. And it gets just up about a hand length over top of that, and you see it really looks like it's going back out. So possibly the moon is rocking back and forth. They do say it does. That's a little bit of proof. If you look at it that way, it really does look like we can see some of that proof. But no, Annette, I did not get the eclipse. I got an amazing clear view of the moon. The day I posted it was the night of the 24th or the 25th, right? And nope, I didn't see anything good after that. The weather was horrendous. We got rain. We got an incredible amount of wind and clouds here, which I tend to think today is going to be another rainy day. I'm a little sore, getting old. You can feel those bones when the weather changes. Super Dave 44. How's it going, brother? Hey, nice star capture yesterday, my man. Nice to see you, Super Dave. Super Dave 44 has a community, a channel. He live streams too. Have a lot of fun with him. Canadian still in the Woo P4 lab, working now, last 5 years. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. For sure. Yeah, be careful not to put that in capital letters. Gonna close us down. Star Hunter, greetings from Southern Oregon. Thank you, Oregon. Oregon is in the news too. Oregon is getting a lot of flack. Holy crap. The stuff going on in Oregon. Moonbird, I did not see him. Hello and welcome. Star Hunter. I read that. Sorry about that. Pat B 2000. Time to smell the roses. Exactly. It's exactly what it is. Time to wake up and smell the roses. Everything's right in front of us. Proof is there's little things that even everybody, that we don't notice. Salut Martine. Comment ça va, Thomas? Pour demain, je comprends un peu, j'essaie de suivre. Merci beaucoup, Martine. Merci, Thomas. Oui, Martine, tu vas pouvoir jaser avec nous autres en français aussi sur la chaîne OVNI Québec Astronomie. Vous êtes les bienvenus. Si vous n'êtes pas déjà là, thank you, Thomas. Thanks, guys. So, yeah, what was I really saying? I guess I forgot. Glenn Curley, how's it going, man? Jessa, how's it going, man? Yeah, exactly. A meatball, middle name Spicy. it's hilarious. It was on, I guess, Alex Jones' show. He was the one showing Project Veritas. They're going, sorry, they're going to blow it out of the park. But he was talking about a meatball. Come on. Meanwhile, I don't know. It's funny. I think it's funny. Everything that's going on. I have a friend, Merge Lane. Merge. Hey, Andromeda Native. How's it going? Nice to see you. Thurston, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that. I'm a meatball. Please cook me. Thurston, yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, imagine meeting someone that's called a meatball. I'm meeting a meatball tonight. What did you do yesterday? Oh, nothing. I had an awesome conversation with a meatball. Oh my gosh. This is a real name, guys. It's just that, you wouldn't want a meatball to become president, eh? Not much better. We have a vegetable right now. Maybe getting some meat in there would be a lot better. The yellow Post-it note, man. Yeah, come on, man. The thing. That's what Biden's speech sounds like when he's up on the stage. Come on, man. The thing. They said, oh, and don't forget, you guys are the luckiest people on the bloody planet, because if you make $500,000 a year, you don't have to pay taxes. Biden said it, $400,000 a year, no taxes to pay. Little mistakes coming out. And the worst of it, he's reading the bloody prompter and he still can't say what's on the bloody prompter. The thing, man, he's going like that. I was like, oh my God. He falls upstairs. Come on. Meatball. Hello, Adam Burton. Hey, Adam, thanks for everything, man. Thurston, thanks again for being a member. I appreciate that, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Moonbird's in the house. They're going to tell us about the spacecraft that we have now that flies. I'll talk about something after. That's interesting. Like it's black, it's triangular, and it's very big. I want to say it's the the TR3B. Yep. But don't quote me. Yeah, I get it. You're not crazy. And that's another thing I wanted to. Tactical Nuke. Hello. Welcome. Joe, so holographic alien invasion by our Navy. Thanks for letting me know what your opinions. Thank you. Jean-Marc Minez. Je serai là demain. Je te remercie, mon frère. Merci beaucoup. So Moonbird, absolutely. Could it be that we have developed our first UFO from all the projects and all the secrecy that we've done over the years, and now we want to use that in technology to fight against an alien invasion that's either coming or occurring? Maybe I tend to think on another planet like Planeta Marte, Mars, maybe. Who knows? But it's very, very interesting. Dennis the Menace, thanks, man, so much, bro. Hey, Bruce, did you get an interview scheduled with TechnoThanks? I have missed the last few live feeds, so I haven't heard. I hope it will happen sometime soon. Well, you know what? I promise you, I'm going to do some screwed up tests this week. And even if there's 4 or 5 live streams that will come up, we will do it. And I want to do that soon, man. And I've been babbling on it about it for a month. So I personally promise you that I am going to do that this week to do some tests. Maybe a live stream Sunday, most likely. If some of you want to test also, I'm going to do another stream on Sunday this weekend, or maybe Saturday, but probably more Sunday, to do some tests with the other editor that I downloaded for free to be able to do meetings with people. It's StreamYard. And I'm going to put the link up to see how easy it is for some of you to click on it. I don't know how it functions at all, so it mustn't be very, very complicated. But Techno Thanks is going to be the first interviewed here on my channel. You guys have to listen in to Techno Thanks. Physical Astronomy Techno Thanks is the exact name of the channel. But whether you type in Techno Thanks or Physical Astronomy Techno Thanks, you'll go to his channel. He has a great understanding of what's going on. He's funny as hell. He's controversial. He's into everything that's controversial. He's not shy to talk about culture, religion, and politics, because he always does. And it's always a really good gathering of the community. I never understood why his channel stayed so low at 10,000. I don't want to insult him, but it is low because it should be up a lot higher. He was the first. Physical Astronomy Techno Thanks was the first to mention my channel ever. It was the first person that shouted my channel out. There was no jealousy from him. It was just encouragement and start showing what's out there, Bruce. And he often comments back, talks about me on his videos while he's doing his videos, gives me a shout out and talks, and I try to do the same. So this weekend, there will be tests because there is going to be an interview with Techno Thanks. There's no scheduled date. It's whenever Techno Thanks is going to be able to do it. And I've been dragging on for a little while, and I shouldn't have, because I talked about it a month ago. And then I got into all these big projects. Don't forget, I am doing a secret project right now, and it's huge. It's bigger than the channel itself. But I do promise to do that this week, because we're going to do some tests. So if you see a live stream come up and it's weird and you can't see me or hear me, doesn't matter. We'll do some tests, and that will be coming up, the interview, very soon. But I'm not going to do like I did the last times and say very soon and let weeks go by. I promise it. And I thank you, Dennis the Menace, for actually bringing it back up. I have Darla that mentioned it. A couple people mentioned it, say, come on, it'd be nice. I have Techno Thanks that said, what you waiting for? I'm here. I'm ready. So absolutely. We'll be doing some tests this weekend, and I'll let Techno Thanks know exactly how things work. So obviously it should be pretty simple this weekend. I hope I won't have any problems with it. I was just worried about using StreamYard. Cindy uses StreamYard, but I don't know if she has the paid version or not. But we're still going to give it a try. I just didn't like seeing an effing duck on. I'm from Canada. I'm sick of ducks. And I didn't want to see a big ass duck on the right side of my thing. I didn't like seeing the duck. It looked unprofessional. But I'm going to the duck, and we are going to have that interview. And I'm telling you, an interview with Techno Thanks will be one of the best and funniest and most revealing interviews you will have ever listened to. Techno Thanks is interesting. Definitely interesting. We have a lot in common too. So be expecting to see me doing some tests in the coming days and this weekend. Thanks again, Andromeda Native, for being here. Pulsar G, thanks so much, bro. Pool Lawn Beer Day, bugger. Fire and orbs later. Oh, damn it. Hurry up, Friday. You are going to get me down on that beach. I told you I was going to take a journey down once they lift up a little bit the corona rules and stuff like that. But it's not any kinder than Pulsar G always offering me to go down and have a beer on the beach and sit around with ladies. I mean, how inviting. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Andromeda Native. Please, if possible, can you take a close look at the big crater Armiamus. Armiamus. Oh my gosh, I had a problem saying that. I'm going to write it down, my dear friend. Of course, with pleasure. With pleasure. I have to write it down because I haven't even heard of that crater. And I assume that is on this side of the moon, on Earth's side. I think the name is the biggest one for me, please. I want to see something pretty, please. With pleasure. I'll look it up later to see where that crater is. Because I have footage, obviously. We from the full moon, we'll probably be able to go right to it and see what we can see. I love that. Andromeda, that's interesting. With pleasure, I will check that out right after this. I got a bunch of things to do now. I have to start up StreamYard. Can't be very complicated, eh? I hope it's not complicated. If not, I'll bug Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Maybe I'll go bug her to find out how to do it. Dochuck, time to smell the roses. Thank you for being here. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Scrolling down to see who else is there. It's jammed. Trippy, Viking cultivation. Thank you. First of all, land of legal drugs. Yes. Yeah, that too. I know there's lots going on there. Trippy Viking cultivation. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it so much. Thanks a lot, guys. It's like a good game of cards, just waiting for the right cards to be on the table to force a good throwdown. Absolutely. Giving away, I got lots to do. I have a giveaway. Not going to start getting nervous. Giveaway on Patreon. Giving away a painting that I got Darla to make for me. And for the members, also this weekend or beginning of the week, there will be a giveaway of a shirt. And for you here, well, I'll find something to give you away. Maybe another shirt. I like the idea of giving away some, maybe some space shirts, like something maybe as simple as a shirt, a Space Force shirt or something like that, which is all I wear now. It's just space clothes. And a little bit of a thank you, to give back to all of you supporting me so much here, which I really appreciate. Thanks, Len Curley, so much. I won the lottery recently. It was only $10 and you gave me half of it. You're crazy, man. But I will share that with you. Keep up the good work. Moon Man. Love you, bro. Thanks, Len Curley. Thanks, man, for being here. Cindy's channel, all the channels, the astronomy channels that we all hang out on. We see each other a bit on all the channels. Welcome all new friends. Super Dave 44. I hope a few will go by and say hello. I'm sure they will. Merci encore, Martine. À demain. On va parler d'OVNI, Martine. Les OVNI, la Pentagone, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont dit? Ça a l'air que la vidéo d'extraterrestres où il y avait un cadavre, il est en train de faire une autopsie. Ça a l'air que c'est réel. On va parler de ça aussi demain. Un petit aperçu. Genevieve, Regulate, thank you very much for being here. Hello. Darla, so nice to listen, all info, and to be with you all. Well, you're very welcome. We have an awesome family here. Thanks, Pulsar G. Thanks, everybody, for the support. Andromeda Native. Love you guys. Dennis the Menace. Physical Astronomy. Techno, thanks. You just made another good video showing stuff on the moon and everything. So, Joe, so you know, thanks, man. And thanks for the comments. Thanks for being here, bro. We'll be able to view the fire moon eclipse in July. I promise you I will. I didn't even know that there was one coming. Yeah, I guarantee I will absolutely get it. Camera, telescope, and even some infrared. Joe, so you know, thanks again, man. That's when I started really capturing objects in the sky like UFOs around those times when the eclipses were occurring. There was the partial eclipse a year or two ago, I think 2 years ago, that I got a triangular craft. No difference with what Jeremy Corbell's video. I got to stop saying Jeremy Corbell. He leaked the video. He didn't find that, but I found it was odd that they're leaking through an investigative film producer, because that's what he declares that he is. It's a little odd, but then again, I like making films, and I'm here trying to prove that there's something on the moon. It's just that I don't know. Do you think that they let Jeremy Corbell leak it so that it wouldn't be the Navy and that people will just say, well, it could be real or not? Because I've never seen blinking, flashing lights on a UFO. Uh, that reminds me of, maybe Human Secret Project, where this UFO is worth a trillions or quadrillions of dollars, probably years and years of research in it. They are going to put blinking lights on it so they won't crash, probably. Imagine if one of those UFO secret projects, UFOs actually crashed on Earth. What would happen? Would we have a chance to be able to see those bloody UFOs? I don't know. There was the committee Majestic 12, apparently, which the FBI or CIA said was a lie, because they said that there was a difference in what the president, was Eisenhower at that moment, had started a retrieval committee to go and get a crash landed UFO, but that was blown off as being not true, right? Because UFOs, the CIA and FBI add these little bloody lies into things, and it hides everything. Andromeda, thanks so much. Please, if possible, can you? Oh, it just came back up. No, that's the same one. Yeah, and you can be sure. Armiamus. I'm definitely going to look that up. I promise you. Andromeda. Native. Pulsar G, that's a lot, bro. You guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it so much. Feeling like a shit now, Pulsar G. Drinking coffee on a Friday. Some old Sam money. Dark rum. Save a drink. Thanks for everything, man. Can't thank you enough, brother. I love you, man. Thanks for the ongoing support, dude. So much. Virgin coffee today. Nothing in it. It'd be pretty bad this time. Let's put rum in it. Rum and coffee wouldn't be too good. Thank you so much, you guys. It's a good name of car. Oh, I read that too. Sorry. Think it's connected with Kevin Mahar. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for becoming a member, you guys. I love you all for it, and I appreciate it so bloody much. Kevin, thanks. And he says, think it's connected with the more obvious they are getting with the vast swaths of sand they are adding to the Perseverance photos and outright blackouts on the images. Well, that's something very smart that you said, Kevin, and you're bloody right about that. And yeah, you could even tell by the way the sand is placed that they're setting up, adding extra sand or whatever, making it, probably doing it with, I literally see them walking around with those, the blow machines to get lifting up, which it would look absolutely real. That's how they make movies. That's how they make movies. Ask Stanley Kubrick where he made his fake landing movie, which became the Apollo 69 landing, I believe, Apollo 11 landing. I don't know. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. And another thing, Kevin, do you not find it odd that they're not showing us the color? When they landed, they said there was a protective lens on the rover as it landed so that it would protect the lens not from being busted, because then they wouldn't be able to film anything. So they showed the surface in black and white. And sometimes they show us this little salmon colored hue on the surface, but everything's the same color. And it looks like a bloody filter. It really looks like a filter. Marcia Claire, hello. I believe you were talking about the TR3B. Yes, exactly. Which could be real too, but I've always thought the TR3B was not alien related. It could be secret projects. So maybe it's the countries trying to get the upper end of the ufology of the UFO anti-gravity technology. If it's real or not, we heard of it all the way back in the First World War, Second World War, probably the first two. So they have to have been doing something. Andromeda Native, thank you so much. It is Aiken Crater. I made a mistake. Oh, yes. Aiken Crater. The Aiken Basin? I'm still going to look our Miyamas up in case there was some reason that you mentioned that. You never know. And I do want to write it down. Here's another donation because I'm going to bust your balls now. Oh, okay. I'm getting ready then. Okay, because you're going to really get into me. All right. Aiken Crater. Watch it. I'll make the next video about it if I have any info on it. So exactly that. You guys want me to zoom into certain craters? You're more than welcome. You can suggest it in the under the videos too. I will definitely take the time to look into things. Copernicus is pretty busy. If ever there was Americans on the moon, I believe they were probably in Copernicus crater, or neighbors to the Chinese people on the moon, which would be Bianchini crater, of course. Sinus Iridum, that's where they are, probably. Definitely is what I believe. Aiken crater, I will definitely be looking that up. And the Aiken crater, yeah, I'll check that out later. I'm curious now, actually. Thanks, Andromeda. Thanks, guys. Ricky, Police Watch, hello. Thank you for being here. Now, you see, people will associate that as being a 6. I can't even do this anymore. Nice job. People are like, oh my God, the backward 6. It's not like I'm going like this or something. You see pictures of a lot of people going like this. It's 2 6s upside down. So hard, so hard. People are like, Michael Jackson. He couldn't have been a guy like kids. He couldn't have been. He couldn't have been. What are the words to Billie Jean? Billie Jean, at my door. She's just a girl. But she says, I am the one. Yeah, okay. Add a boy to that song. Billie Jean, at my door. He does all the breathing too. He's just a little boy that he says, I'm the one. Hello. Then it doesn't stop all the way back to the 50s. 13 candles. 13 candles is going to get you in trouble. There better be 18 candles on the cake. My little deuce coupe. Yeah, right. I won't get into all the songs where people talk about children. Do you know that there's a lot? I looked at it yesterday, over 70 of some of the songs that I even like talking about kids and relationships with them. Come on. That's not true. They wouldn't post that. No, they wouldn't put To Kill a Mockingbird in school either. Always, Shakespeare falls in love. They're kids. They're like 11 years old. And people go, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that's what was going on way back then. Look at Walt Disney. Walt Disney with all the penis images in Walt Disney, with people are like, Bruce, what do you mean? They're all made with genital parts, the character. Did you know that? I think that's the most hilarious thing. I'm not going to get into that anyways. I know some of you are going to think I'm nuts, but I got all the images and I've seen them. They're, wow, out of this world, and it's the way it's subliminal messaging. When you first heard about that way back, there's subliminal messaging. Is it real or is it not? Of course it's real. And the subliminal messaging is done under the table. You're not going to know that you're actually reading something yourself, but it's real. It really is real. Hey, I got to thank all the new subscribers and new members and everything. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. The channel has never been thrashed as much as it is right now, so definitely appreciate it. I think I saw Crawlface just pop in. And as I always say, everything's jammed, so I wasn't seeing your comments, and now they just sort of appeared there. JPQ, Tactic, the aliens are here long before the humans. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. We have to look in the ocean. Yes, I believe that too. Yes, that's where they are. 70% of the earth are underwater. Yes, we have no clue what is there. Absolutely is in the depths of the oceans. But we're going to go to Mars and we're going to colonize it. And we're going to do that without going into the bottom of our oceans to find out if there's anything there. And there is. There really is something there. Submerged vehicles. The Navy is declaring having seen them. And they go down to depths of hundreds of feet or hundreds of kilometers or miles in the bottom of the oceans where, we don't go. But they can detect them on their radars. And that's what they're doing. They're watching us in the bottom of the oceans. How can they do that? Would we be brave enough to go to Mars and to go into the bottom of the ocean in Mars and to look at some people submerged there working and say, hey, we're looking at you? Does it make any sense? Of course not. It doesn't make any bloody sense at all. Paolo, real, they fly like crazies. Yeah, they're real, all right. And they do fly like crazies. Dana Shiver is in the house. Hello, my dear. It's like butter. I love you, Dana. I was listening to myself the other night, Dana, and honestly, it's what I found. I said, yeah, I do sort of sound like a melted butter, eh? And Cuba Patriot, thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Wanda Queen, I've had an encounter with a UFO that had flashing colored lights. That's very interesting, Wanda, because I've never seen them with the flashing lights. And that's almost like, you got to wonder, like, obviously a UFO is not going to use flashing lights because why? I don't know why. I'm assuming that, right? That they wouldn't use it. So is it something human, which I believe it's a UFO, but is it, secret project UFOs from Earth, or is it UFOs from other planets? Crawl face in the house. How's it going, my brother? Let me scroll down. Maybe I'm going to start seeing some comments here. Yeah, I believe they were here before humans, for sure. We were maybe even possibly created by humans, guys and gals. Who knows? Nathalie Fleur de Printemps, comment ça va? Nice to see you, Nathalie. Welcome. J'espère de vous voir demain aussi, Nathalie. That's it. Yeah, I'm not sure about the other, but check it out anyways. You can be sure, Andromeda Native. It's my pleasure. Last time Andromeda Native told me to go outside and look at the sky, which I already was. Still, it was a weird coincidence. That was the night that I got the closest UFO I had ever seen. And Andromeda Native told me you're going to see something outside. Boy, did I ever. And I'm not ever going to forget that moment. Those are little instances, Andromeda? For example, if I was busy and I had not gone out, I would never have seen that. And that was the last UFO that I ever caught for 4 months in a row. Not one light in the sky. So if you don't think it is a coincidence of me seeing the closest light I've ever seen before everything stopped, they came down to me to see me for sure. If it's because I call them, I don't know. But Pug Boy, how's it going, brother? I hear you, Bruce. Love your work. Hello, everybody. Sorry, a lot of going on here. Don't hate me. I love you, man. I won't hate you. No danger. I know you're busy, man. And I appreciate it so much when you stop by. As always. Talk to you soon, brother. James Westburn, how are you? I can't even get cell coverage, so how can we control a helicopter on Mars? Come on, man. I love all of you who add that in there, the come on, man. That is definitely, I'm going to make a cup, put Biden on it, and just write, come on, man. Definitely cognitive dissonance. James Westburn says, I can't even get cell coverage. How can we control a helicopter on Mars? You have to really wonder. Which, by the way, thanks to a Canadian woman, they were able to land the rover, because apparently a Canadian woman took part in landing the rover, apparently. Or was it driving the helicopter? I think it was landing the rover. Little things you don't know. Lots of launches go on here. The SPAR company, SPAR. It is NASA. So it's just to say you don't see NASA. It's called SPAR. I call that subdivision, frontal organizations. It made so much sense when I started understanding there's frontal organizations, there's subdivisions, people can donate, money, like people in the US are donating to Hamas and everything, whatnot. They're doing it through subdivision, little branches and companies that people don't know where they're from, and they save themselves like that. That's what they're doing. Definitely saving themselves like that. It makes no sense. It's crazy. Joe, so you know, thanks, man. Bruce, could you please say the make and model of your night vision scope? Of course, man. Absolutely. Give me a second and I'll go get it for you. Okay, let's start by this one. So in reality, give me a second here. All the models. So the Z2 was my most recent one that I went to get. And the Z2, it's an HD. It's a wider view. The model itself is made cheap. Didn't work very well during the winter. I didn't appreciate it at all. But here's the thing. These are Z1s, first generation. They look identical, but they're not. It's that the zoom, the width of the screens are different. This one's 32 inches. And this one, I don't know, it's smaller. Was it 28 inch? I'm not sure. But or 35. I don't even remember how many millimeters anymore. But I'll tell you what, this is the Z1. The best damn infrared monocular camera to catch everything and anything in the sky, from meteors, asteroids, flashes, planes, anything that has a light on, or anything deep in space, like large explosions way out into space. You really pick them up well with this. This is the Z1. It's a Bushnell that I bought. And you could get these at places like, Woolco, probably even Canadian Tire. I'm not saying that to cheapen it. I'm saying it because it's accessible, and you don't have to buy these $10,000 infrared equipment, which I will, to see other things. But you can still see with just this. And the Z1, this model in particular, the Z1, because it has a smaller screen. Look at the difference in size at the end. You can see it's smaller, but they're the same devices. But this one being smaller goes and gets a lot more light than the Z2, right? The Z2, I for me, Cindy caught the Comet with the Z2, no problem. I wasn't able to see it here. It's not the same, depending whether in Quebec, in the States, depending on how your sky is and what time that you see certain things. But you look up the Bushnell monocular. Now here's the problem. They're discontinued. They don't make the model anymore. The model I did have, if you want to see the model number, is that what you asked me? Is that what you want? I can give you even I'll give you the serial number to show you. It's right there. I'm not going to see it well. Actually, I'll just tell it to you. It is actually, yeah, I want to be sure that's the right place. DO30518. Yeah, that would be it. I don't see any other number on it. But what you're looking for is a Z1. No. Okay, here, my friend. Sorry. Here's the model number right there. It's number 260140. I'm going to show it to you. I'm not lying. Right there. Well, you can't see at all. Anyways, yeah, that's it. So that's the model number for the Z1 that I went to get, which is one of the best for me. It's absolutely the best. It's a Z1. I'm not going to hide it. It's not as wide as a Z2 or my other one, but you can get the Z1 with the wide angle, 32 millimeters, and you can get focal length or whatever, and you can get it with 8 times magnification. I think this one's 4 times. This one is 8 times magnification. These weigh a ton. They're very, very good, well done equipment. It's waterproof. All the buttons are hidden for doesn't go in the water. You can't submerge it, but rain, humidity outside. Quebec is very humid around here where I am. So that's the model number you just got. I gave you out. I've never given this out. Maybe only a few times. Model number made in China. Everything is 260140. And that's what I've been using. That's the model right here that you're going to see. It's discontinued. There's no more. So I was able to get another one with a wider angle here, a lot wider. And it's, like I say, it shows. You can see the difference in the head. Big head, small head, right? So those are the three models that I was using, the Z2. Z2 is also a good one. I would probably suggest that it's better. The specs are better. I don't like them as much as my Z1. And when I get something else after this, the Z1, I will be getting a very expensive infrared third or fourth generation, whether it be the headset and everything you film, and it's all on you. So that'll be interesting. I'll get really high tech. And at the same time, you're able to film exactly where you're looking at. But the Bushnell, for me, is the only one I've ever tried. I haven't tried any other model. Maybe people will tell you that they tried other models and that they don't like the Bushnell. I'm not going to tell you that it's not. I'm not going to tell you it's the best model, but for me, it doesn't fit anymore. For me, it definitely is the most revealing, the best device to be able to see the most revealing sky. That's why I use that one. So you got the model number and everything on top of it, if ever you want to look. So since it's discontinued, Joe, so you know, and listen, man, this is something that you're going to pay in Canadian dollars, $350, something like that, maybe even $3. Not that expensive. US, you might pay $195, $200. I don't know how much it is in US, but it'll be less in dollars with the US. And it's absolutely incredible. It films, but you have to be sure as you get the one that films, it takes a microchip card, which is a card like this. Obviously, you probably know what it is, but just in case, because that's what you want to buy once you order it. These are all broken and don't work. They're crap. SanDisk. I suggest to take some other kind, maybe a Kingston, a little chip inside that goes inside of your infrared camera. And then when you're done, you stick that chip back in there and you can put it in your computer to upload the images, or they give you a wire to upload directly. I suggest not to connect it to your computer because it's going to cause some problems. You know, that's what you can do. And I'm telling you, you're going to get everything that I showed on the videos is exactly that. What you have to do is become a really good photographer, and you have to adjust the exposure properly on your camera to be able to get rid of the fuzz, because infrared goes and gets a lot of fuzz. But aside from that, a couple $100, $300, you're set. Excuse me. No, that was a good question, and I really appreciate you asking it, actually. Thanks again, man. I'm already coughing. Bruce, do you think you have aliens tracking your channel? You never know. Funny you say that, eh? I'll tell you what, if aliens exist on Earth and they're working with humans, they could be who are doing the algorithm online. I know DARPA is doing the algorithm. They're doing projects to try to distinguish, to make a computer be able to know when somebody is planning a hit or an attack or a terrorist act or something like that, to be able to detect the algorithm of the way that people are expressing themselves, to be able to pick up on hidden codes, the way we talk in codes, like a lot of you and I do. DARPA is hired for that. They're hired to protect any invasion from an outside other planet. And they're doing algorithm online. You got to wonder what the hell. So it would make sense that humans and aliens could be working together. And the big secret of it all, theoretically, we could say very easily, maybe the aliens look like us. If it's a breakaway civilization that came here from another planet, all they have to do, guys and gals, is park their UFO hidden, and then they can just walk 10 feet away and blend in, right? All they need is clothing. I'm pretty sure if there's a breakaway civilization, they would be using clothing too, obviously. Get some coffee. Who knows? Sorry about that. If I don't have something to drink, I'm not going to make it. Is this screen getting smaller or am I getting bigger? Yeah, it's a good one, James. Cell phone coverage. Remember the first time they talked on the moon? You had the president saying, hello, this is the president speaking. So happy, Neil, to see you on the moon, being able to talk to you and congratulate you. Come on. I can't even call Dominican Republic from here, or you call it in an area and the delay is at least 3 to 7 seconds. We're right in the planet. You think they're going to be able to drive helicopters from Earth on top of it? Yeah, right. Our remote control cars when we were young couldn't go further than 3 cars length, or just kept going. Couldn't bring it back. Drive a remote controlled airplane. Go a couple of feet out. You're not going to bring the plane back. Going to keep going, going to crash. But on Mars, no problem. And hey, apparently the atmosphere is even more dense. So the helicopter here to take off would have to turn 4 to 5 times faster on Mars to be able to get lift. That's another funny thing when you think of it. Must be a lot of wind on Mars. They got helicopters roaming around. Pocket-sized helicopters, too. I know the government's tracking my channel. I don't know about the aliens, but yeah. What if some of these UFOs are secret military aircrafts? Is what I think, honestly. We know they have technology that they don't share publicly. Absolutely. So if it was the States that did this and China found out, we would see maybe a war between 2 types of UFOs. Could China be fighting the States right now in a war in lower Earth orbit, or near Mars, around the moon? Who knows? It's totally plausible. Makes sense. It's nothing exaggerated when you think of it. Thanks again, and Cuba Patriot. I agree. There's a lot of unknown in our oceans. Like Crawlface says, yep, a lot is undiscovered. Absolutely. And, we want to go colonize Mars, and we've never even explored the floor of the ocean's floor, like really deep. And you all know, we look at the jellyfish, the luminescence of, I'm thinking trans. Got to get out of these friggin' trans videos. Everything is going haywire. The ads that I'm seeing on people's videos are crazy. I've never seen such odd ads. It's like there's a law that disappeared. They're bringing all laws towards us, but the laws for the elites disappeared for some reason. The elitists. Andromeda Native, thank you for the support to this channel. Thank you, Darla. The fly on space and in the water, we are a primitive species. Yes, Paulo, absolutely. We're primitive, all right. There could be water out there enveloping Earth. Maybe that's what's keeping everything floating up in this whatever gel type of plasmogesset, ectoplasmic, whatever. It's like being in a womb. Earth is like a baby and just sitting in the womb, floating around in the water. It's a little odd. We see all these. Howdy, Lance. Thanks for stopping by, man. The aliens are getting high while watching Bruce. Yeah. Ah, Martine a compris celle-là. I think. Je pense. And yeah, that'd be hilarious, right? Him there, he always looks stoned. No matter what he's doing, he's just always in the moon. Get it? In the moon. Alien's quiet. He's in the moon. Letty Velasco, bienvenidos a mi canal de investigación. Hola. The orbs are not our technology. This is a fact. I believe that 100%. We have nothing even close. I believe that 100%, Pulsar G. 100%. Absolutely. They do not have that technology. I believe that. I believe that 100%. Is not my lover. Oh, I missed that one. Beat it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No more hot funky. It's always right. Just beat it. Weird Al Yankovic wrote that, eh? No, but you look at some of the words in some of their songs, you go, oh my God. It's pretty obvious the guy that was liking children, I think. Navy will disclose the deep state's technology first, TR-3B, and keep the cloaked battle cruisers to themselves. Axel, thanks a lot for sharing that. See, that's the sense that I'm sort of, that makes sense. Absolutely. They're going to tell us something, like you said, the deep state technology. So that's going to come out. And just that in itself is going to be so overwhelming. And the stupid images that we got from the moon that lasted 60 years that people are still talking about now today, this is going to take the cake. And of course, it's going to permit them to hide everything else that they're doing. So everything that's coming out is going to be old tech, most likely, or already declassified in a way. I believe that too. Aliens aren't the only ones. That's right. I agree with that one. That's for sure. It could be both of them there. Some are from the future coming back to try to fix something. Well, that's really interesting that you say that, Andromeda Native. And here's the thing. Some people wrote books, some scientists and some people, and here's the information that I'm getting from a lot of them. They're saying that there's a test. There is a presence, an alien presence that's here to rectify something, to fix. I hope it's not a cross. To fix something that was done that is destroying the human race. Humans are being tested to know if, for example, they would keep us as a race, right? So look at all the other generations where we found, not to scare you all, but this is effing scary. We found people buried all the time, piled up over one another. Burial sites where they didn't even take the time to put in the proper burial for royalty, where some of them were just thrown in graves. Some graves, there was 2 or 3 people per box and stuff. So you can't help but wonder what goes on in the past. And the scary part is, I believe this really deeply, that it's plausible. Imagine if they keep trying to start the human race and it always finishes with us fighting. Think of what I'm saying, please. And it always finishes in a bloody war where we ourselves kill each other and fight in the streets ourselves. Like, we're not talking about the government taking us over. I'm talking about us fighting ourselves, which is what the government is trying to make us do right now, is to fight amongst ourselves. We can only assume this makes effing sense, that in the past, more primitive than us, that would be an event that would occur even worse than today if we're more civilized today and less civilized back in the days, it would have been harder to bring a race of people together. Always wars. There's always wars everywhere. It started off with a war. Why is there a war? Well, somebody gets technology. So, okay, they get technology, gunpowder, right? They start using that, cannons and everything, guns. And then the other side comes out with an even bigger technology. And then they blast back on the other side. Then they win. So it's always just a power grab. This is what everything and everyone is always trying to do, the ones ruling, is grab the monopoly of all economies in the world, to have the monopoly on all trades, on transportation and stuff. So the borders that are all between all these countries, for some reason, are there only for us. And the elites don't have those borders. So we have, a lab in Wuhan where Americans are there also experimenting and stuff. Why? How? Why? Why are there Americans here in Canada doing scientific research? Why are the addresses hidden, right? I live about 25 to 30 minutes away from an area where they're experimenting on monkeys. And I'm not going to say anymore because people around here know that we're not allowed talking about that place. You have one in your town. I have one in my town. You have bombs being made in your town. Some of you know. Little towns, by the way, this one right here where I was born, where they're making bombs for, Iraq, Afghanistan, the States, all over the place. We're making tanks and Jeeps for the US. I have a lot of American friends that denied that, and I can prove it. But it's contracts. The Americans hire Canadians to do a certain contract for them. They're not going to turn around and say it was made in Canada. They don't have to. It's American made, and that's what they put on it, the American flag. And vice versa. I'm not saying that Americans aren't making their own stuff, guys. I'm saying that to hide a project in one country, another country will do that project. And you have people in Canada that are American and that are working here doing projects for the States, and it's hidden. So the address here where the monkeys are, well, it'll be an address that gives a bum address, or you won't see it on Google Maps. Everything's hidden. That's the way it is. There's brushed out images in Google Maps, and there's brushed out images on the moon. It's always going to be. They're hiding the truth from us that way. We're like really stupid, right? We're primitive. A lot of us know it, but it's like we're dumbasses. We don't realize that. Hello, Axel. Spear throwers in the house. Priscilla was 14. There you go. Yeah, she was young. Yeah, and of course, you got to admit it, though. I'm not going to hide that. In the 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up to the 60s, people were getting married at 11 and 14 because they were younger, but more responsible. Sorry, that's what I mean. They had bigger, important things that they had to do. An 11-year-old girl or a 14-year-old girl today does not know what the 11 or 14-year-old girl did know 30, 40, 50 years ago. And does that make any sense? No. We're getting dumber. That's exactly what we're doing. We're dumbing down. We're dumbing up. Male sperm counts. Scary stuff. From 2011 to now, down 50 million per millimeter sperm count. Think of it. Male, to be able to produce a healthy baby, your sperm has to swim properly. Can't be just a little floating upside down in his back. Your kid's not going to be too damn bright. And that's how it is. As funny as some people think, if your sperm doesn't swim up real well, it's not gonna do too good. If the guy has swimming aids, if your sperm have swimming aids to be able to swim, not gonna make it very far out. And they're saying that the count is changing. The sperm is moving less fast. There's less sperm per so many. Let's call it a dose, whatever you want to call it. And it's scary. It's making the children that we're going to be having less and less intelligent. And unfortunately, with the pollution and with the vax that they're giving us all the time, it's making people dumbed down. Didn't have vaccines hundreds of years ago. Everyone lived long, eh? Isn't that odd, eh? Nobody had problems. Nobody had appendix problems. Ever hear of someone in the 1900s having an appendix problem? Not very often, I'm telling you. Some people still have their appendix. I have mine. It depends on the vegetables that we eat that are sprayed with Monsanto bull crap all over it. And that's how it is. But Andromeda said some are from the future. That's an interesting thing. People coming to Earth, let's look at it as, as a whole. Could be other dimensions coming in. We have aliens that live in other galaxies that are not necessarily coming in through dimensions, or are they? Right? So there's a whole bunch of possibilities. It's theory, but time travelers interest me. And I do believe that we have traveled through time before. So if we did, would we not always continually being, seeing people coming back from the past or something like that? It's hard to understand, right? It is hard to understand. There's all these little bits of information that are missing, sadly. Without a doubt, certain aliens would be well aware of Earth information systems and social media, etc. See, that's the thing, exactly, Crawlface. So that is changing everything. If we're looking for that guy or that, and it's not alien for real, and the aliens look more like our skulls, maybe a difference in the nose, or listen, Asians and the different cultures, Asians, whites, we have different little different features on us: skin color, nose and ear sizes, mouth and lip sizes. We're not going to hide it. That's how it is through the cultures, right? But we could only assume that an alien race, it could be only that. Maybe they just have smaller ears. Would it depend on their environment, on the atmosphere around them? It would have to. For us living here on Earth, oxygen and stuff, we have to be in a surrounding where it's perfect for us to be able to actually live there. If not, we'll be wearing spacesuits. When you think of it. Skywalker, hello. Fix what? Fix the problems. Got to get rid of the shadow government. Expose them. There's too many of them. They're hiding right now, changing all. I even believe the ones that are screwing up the world right now will be the ones that mention they want to have in-depth investigation on what's going on. They just mentioned they're going to want an in-depth investigation on COVID. Why? Because they're going to hide it again. So they're going to demand an investigation but it's the guy themselves doing it. Naval intelligence says, oh, the unidentified task force, it's them. It's not someone else. There is no other tactical teams except for the three branches of the military, U.S. military. So if all this is going on in the States, how many other countries have the UFO technology now? That is one hell of a bitchin' problem. I don't know if you guys realize that. If there's UFOs in China and we don't have any, we're screwed, right? So vice versa. So this is why I'm wondering is the invasion coming from outside or coming from inside? The Pentagon is still talking about that. DARPA is hired solely for that. Well, not solely. They're doing a lot of things. And Cuba, yeah, Walt, he was twisted. Yes, in a very, very, very sick way, he was twisted. So it's, all the Freemasonry and all that. Everything, these are all secret societies that back in the days, they lied about certain things to get people interested in certain associations, which they saw as defending them. Like we would assume that Homeland Security would be secure, would be securing something. No? Hear my voice go up there? Because I'm worried. Homeland Security just made an announcement. Straight face. Said that the borders were closed. Point final. There is nobody entering the States. Point. The end. Blank. Finished. Right after, they turn the cameras to the border, and we see groups of people coming in. Pedophiles are coming in. Killers are coming in. Mentally disabled people are coming in, that are just whacked out of their minds. People are coming down to Mexico from other countries far out all the way down to Syria and Iraq that are coming in through the borders. And the people protecting us are telling us the borders are closed. So, anyways, that's a little concerning. The Homeland Security would say that. So I don't trust them at all anymore. And it only makes sense. Look at the trolls that come and attack our channels. Do you see the names they use? God for love is one of my biggest attackers. God's for love. Thrashing me, calling me an a-hole, commenting, telling everyone off. People hide behind golden suits and they hide behind badges and association names that is supposed to protect them. Johnson and Johnson baby shampoo. Have you ever put the baby shampoo in your eye to test it to see if it burns? It burns. It burns a lot. Johnson and Johnson, no tears baby shampoo. What do you mean no tears baby shampoo? I bawled like a baby when I got some in my eyes and I was 44. It was damn painful. You just see the stupid parents try testing it, eh? Oh, stop crying. It's no tear shampoo. Oh, you're bleeding. It's a coincidence. It doesn't matter, right? It's a branding. The branding of every product that we eat and that we consume, drink, or anything is all bullcrap labels that say that they're safe for us. The ingredients now. Do you actually read ingredients now? I don't believe that. And nothing now. Read the ingredients in something. You can't read the ingredients on the vax. They don't tell us, right? SM-102 is in one of them. That's poison. There's some very interesting NASA images of Aitken Crater. Just Google it and get out your magnifying lens. Yes, absolutely, Dennis. Whether they're real or not, though, that I don't know. And I will be going to check them out. Oh my God, Techno had Azol troll today. No content jerk effing everywhere. That's, yeah. They won't want me mentioning them probably. I don't know. Hopefully it's not my trolls because they tend to linger. They linger like farts, those trolls. Tell you. JPQ doesn't surprise me at all. And it all happens under the directive that, yes, it's for our safety and disease study, which in part is true. And you said it. Some of what they're doing is true. And yes, we do need them to do those certain protections for us and investigate things and vaccines. But they're using that to take power. So the states did certain moves that people didn't understand. It was to bring in martial law. And martial law gives the president, yellow post-it man, a lot of funds, gives him money because he can use the money. Once the martial law is taken over, it's the laws change, the rules and laws change. They don't need a report to investigate. They do not need a mandate. They can go into people's houses and question them because martial law comes in. And when martial law comes in, it gives an extra power to the president. So you got to wonder what the hell's going on. Alan said it, wake up world. Yes, we definitely have to wake up. CE5 circle. Nice to see you, bro. They should be sued for lying about no tears. Absolutely, born again Buddhists. You're absolutely right about that. And it's bullcrap. And people depend on these people to buy products for their children. And most of us would not even, well, I was like that. I don't think I put my son down in the first 2 years. I was so protective, overprotective of him. And then all this bull crap's happening. I was, oh, look, Johnson & Johnson also has a vaccine coming out. Well, will you take the vaccine? Well, let's see. Does the shampoo burn? Yeah, it burns pretty bad. I wonder if the vax is going to burn. Yeah. Side effects too are being hidden on Facebook. It's called the Facebook hesitancy. 16 languages. This was just leaked, by the way. Somebody lost their job yesterday morning at Facebook for bringing this out. And F-face, I was going to say fuckface, but I was going to say fart face. Zuckerberg, Mark, the criminal, is blocking 16 languages of people that are talking about their own personal side effects. So imagine having taken a vaccine and then having a severe paralysis in your fucking face, but not being able to talk. How the hell would you react to that? Oh, well, I can't talk and I'm dying here, but the government doesn't want me to tell people. Hello? You understand what's going on? That's exactly what's going on. Paulo, I'm crazy. Yeah. Maybe I am crazy, man. Casper White. Hello. Casper's white. That's racist. There must be a black Casper somewhere. That's how sad it's getting, eh? Our world's getting that sad. They're saying that us talking about the Wuhan lab, the virus started there, is racist. What the frig do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. What they're doing is they're weaponizing the word racism. Do you understand that? They're weaponizing it, making it. In a couple of weeks, the word racist won't even be used anymore because they're using it where it makes no sense. You know, like when they started calling the black people white prejudice. What the hell was that going on? White supremacist black people. What? I don't know what the hell's going on. I think we're going to wake up one day and we're not going to know. Maybe this is to cause us to not realize that we're all different. Maybe we'll all get just sick of, talking about people's cultures. And then I do it when I walk into somewhere. I don't care what color the guy is. I'm still going to listen to what he's saying there. And I guess maybe some people don't trust other people, but it's okay not trusting another culture, but it's not okay saying that the other culture is bad because you don't trust it. It is a difference, right? That's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is speaking up what you believe, but freedom of speech does not permit you to trash someone else or another culture. And I know 90% of us don't understand that because people are like, freedom of speech. China, I hate Chinese people. No, I don't. I hate what the Chinese government is doing to us and to the world. Sure, I can think that Chinese people are licking the ass of their president because they have no choice. They'll be killed, right? Obviously. So China is trying to make a better human, trying to make a stronger race, and they're doing it through genetic manipulation, changing the genetic code of humans. So, sorry, but for those of you who don't know that took your vaccine, you're putting 666 on you. You labeled yourself 666. Hold off, those of you who don't want vaccines in Canada, because we have pills here that heal the COVID. It's just that maybe they're not allowed to take it out yet or something like that. But when they do, people are going to take it. I'm still not going to take that. I don't need anything. Me, that will be used when I'm on my bed and I can't breathe anymore. Then sure, I'll take it. I'll take a chance. I'll let whatever drug they wanted to put in me and do it. So, and the big test is that the governments are watching us to see who's going to speak up. There are people losing their jobs because they don't want to take vaccines. And that must be very hard for someone to have to do that, to work in a hospital and have to choose between living and dying. Has it ever been hard to choose between living and dying? I don't have any problems preferring on living. So, a psychotic ape. Welcome to the live. A psychotic ape. I did not see that name. Welcome. You're so right, along with converting it up with investigation. Usually what they accuse someone of, they themselves did. Kevin, you're absolutely right about that. And that's how I see it. Yeah, exactly. They're calling us racist, but they're racist. So it makes no sense. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to use that, right? I'm not going to use that expression. Not allowed anymore. But it's like calling the kettle black. But so how come we're born with all these bloody expressions and we're not allowed to use them anymore? Why were they presented to us if they were racist? Get this. My favorite is that we can't use a black face, but black people can pretend they're white. What? I told one black guy for the fun of it. I said, hey, why are you painting your face white with makeup? That's so racist. He turned around and said, well, I don't know if he turned around, but he replied to me and he says, you blah, bleep, 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 you moron. Black people aren't racist. White people are racist. So when it comes down to fighting with someone like that, we're back at school in grade 2 saying, my dad has a bigger truck than yours. And my dad has a bigger house than you. And my dad works harder than your dad. It's so childish. And that's what people are doing online. And notice that the real racists, they're coming. They're salivating. That's what's going on, because the racists are going and affecting everything that everyone's talking about and saying, yeah, they're racist, they're a stupid culture, and they're that. They're just having fun. They're just having literal fun. Some people are really trying hard to welcome others, like I'm trying to do. I welcome all the races here, every one of them, every race here, because it's not. I don't judge the people on their culture or races. I judge the people on their character and on what they represent. If I was here representing that all colored people are racist, well, I would not get any support from you all. I know it. Why would I think that? Right. And if I did, I probably wouldn't mention it. And that's the respect that people should have, for the other cultures. I could talk about blacks and whites, and I always do. And I don't feel offended because I'm not offending them. I'm not putting anyone in the same boat. I'm comparing and talking openly about all cultures. When I talk about cultures, I don't have to say, oh, the blacks or the whites. It's just all of us. We're one, right? We're a bunch of mixture of colors, beautiful, creamy mix, chocolatey mix. Nothing wrong with that. Some white people were born and their ancestors are black. Some black people were born, maybe their ancestors are white. No, more likely to be black, I guess. Somebody told me the other day, he goes, Bruce, why would you think God is white? I said, why are you even saying that? I don't even believe God is a human being. It's energy. So there's a misunderstanding between people when they talk about God. Or my favorite is when somebody comes and says, your God's not like my God. What the hell do you mean? There's only one God, right? Is there? Who knows that? It's still just something I'm saying in the air. We have no proof that there's just one God. I know some Greeks would tell me, laugh at me and say, well, there's lots of Greeks. Greeks, lots of gods, Zeus, all the gods. So I just appreciate the mixture and the ideals of all the cultures, from Confucius all the way to anything. The Buddhists, Mormon. If I meet a Mormon and he tells me something interesting, so be it. A Mormon taught me something today. There's a whole bunch of religions, and I think it's grasping us by the throat. Right. The other day, somebody told me, how can you not believe only in Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Because what? Because they have a fish on their car? I mean, what the hell is wrong with somebody not believing in a certain God? It doesn't affect me. I don't give a crap about people that don't believe in God. I believe what I believe, and I'm not here to change anyone's opinion, that's for sure. Pug boy. Saw a video accusing Elvis Presley of being racist. What? This is worth every penny, yeah. Have ever heard something so stupid. I'm telling you, the word racism is now being weaponized, and it's not going to mean anything. Hello, big-headed Martian. It's not going to mean anything anymore. It's like, I'm not insulted when somebody says I'm racist at all. I'm not. I respect all cultures. But the other day when there was some terrorism, and I said, look, there was a terrorism from that certain religion. And people got mad at me. But it's the terrorists declaring the fight in the name of God. So why would we not bring the religion up? It's only normal that we bring the religion up. Well, that's what people are doing, is they're trying to weaponize the word racist and racism to make it not have any value anymore. People won't be able to use it anymore. So I'm just letting them go. But like you said, crawl face, the diseases and the studies, it's all real, but they got us by the balls after that, and they can do what they want with it, unfortunately. Yeah, you must get some trolls too, Andromeda. Techno thanks, which I'll be doing some tests this weekend. Friday. Yeah, I got time. Maybe maybe late or something tonight. I'll do some tests to try to see if I can get an interview going with my friend Techno Thanks, because you guys are going to love hearing him talk. We have a lot of fun. They should. Yeah, I read that. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys and gals, for taking the time to stop by. And you guys are waiting for, hey, David White, for a video. Thanks for being members, y'all. Baby talk powder. JNL asbestos in baby talc powder. It's funny, that you say that. Yeah, I had heard that. It's probably why. Yeah, I had heard that. Like the asbestos in the masks the Chinese are trying to give us. Right. It's unreal. It's unreal. But the government has their proof the world is asleep. Most people are vegetables. They don't think of nothing. Totally brain dead. Really, eh? We're seeing it a lot these months, this year. Just brain dead people. All people with good jobs, but they're still all brain dead. Now the comments are just coming in. I hate that when that happens. Damn. Floyd Stats. Anyone else remember when schools used to teach civics or anything good? Exactly. Hey, Scott Owens. Thanks, Jessa. Tracy Reed's in the house. Howdy, Bruce. Fabulous moon videos. Thanks so much, Tracy. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you much from Ohio. Welcome, Ohio. JT Cali says to Crawlface, almost everyone just went along with the program because, yep, they didn't want to lose their job. Exactly. And I don't blame most of them. I get it. So I just do day trading now. That's exactly what's going on. People feel that they have to, like they tell you, you're going to have to get the vaccine or you're not going to be able to keep your job. Well, you're going to get it. Nuremberg trials, for Pete's sakes. The Nuremberg trials, we're due for some more trials on that. That applied a very specific law, many specific laws on manipulating and experimenting on humans. It's just a no-no. It's illegal, and we have the last word. It's against the Canadian laws, it's against American laws. It's in the Charter of Canadian Rights. It's also in the Constitution. These are all protections so that what happened, the Holocaust and the war, and the Jews that were killed, so it would never happen again. They experimented on human beings. And we're going through the same bloody thing again. If everyone knew exactly what was going on, the elites would be hairless. They would be dead, ripped to shreds, hung publicly for days on end. People would have tents up watching them rot downtown. And that's why they are more afraid of us, and they know it. They show fear by applying laws and showing us the little pickers and with the big guns and stuff like that. Military too. A lot of people in military, they're mostly all amazing people. It's higher up in the ranks that these orders are coming from. Militants are not bad. They follow the laws, and then when something happens, well, like now, they're being manipulated. The military, U.S. military is being manipulated. It's, race, culture, and all that. They're bringing that into. It's bull crap. A lot of bull crap. They're going to speak up. They're already speaking up. Wait, born again Buddhist, you are a bot trying to piss people off. No, he's not. And what is he saying? He offended you most likely, but no, he's not a bot. I don't think so. Awake, not woke. I would think you were more of a bot because there was a lot of comments coming in at the beginning. No, we're just talking logically. Do you hate Buddhists to say something like that? Oh no, I'm just talking, but I find it odd. Born again Buddhists. I think the government's trying to piss people off, not the born again Buddhists. Pfizer tracking long-term side effects, yes, of prion disorder. Yep. Or mad cow disease. Yes. The new normal. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Madfinger. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, Vishnu. But that's how it is. Some people get pissed off with the opinions of others, and or maybe I missed what he said, and I don't know. But how can the aliens invasion be the current fear porn when the aliens were here before us, walking and live amongst us, and just maybe look around? You may know a few. You're absolutely right about that, Silver Soul. It's the perception of people, right? Buyadem, total hypocrite. Do these folks not watch history? Yes. That's what I'm saying, Andromeda. Some people are brainwashed. Jenny Jackson, hello, welcome. Saggy Paw, love it. People have substituted I learned, I read, I heard with I'm offended. Yeah, absolutely. The truth, I think Plato said it. The truth, no, I'm not going to quote what he said, but people that say truth will be hated. It has something to do with that. And it's true. The ones speaking truth will be hated. 213 Area 51 CIA admits it exists. What have we learned since? Same with disclosure coming. Absolutely. So they're saying now that the alien autopsy movie or strip was real. So that's interesting. I'm telling you, one frame is going for $1.5 million, and it's the frame of the alien. They said it's a real cadaver, and it's nothing fake about it. But now here's the thing. I could put my hand in the fire that those buggers are secret projectly created by a human being. And if it was, they would grab those or the one dead one out of the lab, drag his ass on a metal slap, put on doctor gloves, and start doing a real autopsy on a real cadaver. But who says that cadaver is not made here? That is the big secret, is that aliens exist and so do UFOs, but UFOs also exist here. And that's the thing. We're making monkey bloody hybrids, half monkey, half human, right here. It's been done. It worked. Can you imagine that? So that could look like an alien race. We could make our own races here. And that's what I believe, an advanced alien race would have done, is to manipulate or to make the perfect human being. And instead they turn around and tell us that Hitler was trying to make a perfect human being. No. Hitler and everyone else has always been trying to make the perfect human being. Why, during the Egyptians that had a war, a UFO appeared between the two armies on each side, and the armies, both head of the armies in Egypt, way back, okay, decided to keep it silent and not talk about it? Why were they hiding it back then? It's because it was possibly a secret project done right here on Earth that people did not know about, that people could not know about. So you'd have men in black absolutely going around searching for information, finding out what people thought the UFOs were, if they were out of this world. And that's a goal, is to get people to keep thinking that UFOs are coming from other galaxies, when in reality, they could be leaving Earth. It's true. Makes sense. A lot of termination that way. Did anyone try to stick together, resist strike? I did not see that. JT Kelly. Let's see. It all depends. Jenny Jackson says it all depends on your intentions when you're doing things like that. Exactly. Everyone has intentions, good or bad. You can have good or bad intentions. Alan says Earth is flat. It can be possible. I got absolutely nothing to say against that, actually, Alan, because one, I don't care. But if it was, it's a great big possibility. Earth is not a sphere. We know that from what they say in science. And the moon is egg-shaped. The moon is not circular. So we don't have a circular object that we know about, right? Or that we saw, unless Venus, they're not telling us if it's egg-shaped. We always see a light around light because these planets are far out. When you zoom into them, are we still going to see it round? The only reason we're seeing stuff round is because of the distance, possibly. So when you get really close to the moon, we start seeing, look at the surface of the moon that I show. It's elevated. It's up and down with deep crevices and everything. And NASA, not that long ago, told everyone the moon was flat. The surface in general was flat. There was just nothing there. Some mountains, the highest mountains, um, um, the Apennine Mountains, which apparently are 10 to 12,000 feet just under the highest mountain, Everest, here on Earth. So that's pretty high. But when you look at the Apennine Mountains on the moon, they do not look raised. It looks like flat. It looks like there's absolutely nothing there. Analyze the Apennine Mountains. They're not mountains. It's a bunch of objects side by side with smokes and hazes across it. I believe that. What are you talking about? I'm getting there. Anthropologists in colonial time purposely faked their findings to justify slavery. Lux Report, hello. Resident Evil virus world, yes. Resident Evil. Not for nothing they made the bloody game. It was a heads up. Cancel culture. You just said it, Scott. Exactly. Talking about, yeah, that's crazy. All the little white children out there are already being told in school that they're born into scum, privileged. I think the white poor people are going to be a little upset, and I'm one of them. No effing privilege in my way, on my end. Been poor all my effing life. Screw privileges. Was abused by teachers left and right. F you this, fatso this, fatso that. No privilege. You want to know who's privileged? Anyone who has $1 million in their account. That's how I look at someone privileged. No matter what hell color you are. Bamboozled. Love it. History is being rewritten for a dark purpose. I absolutely believe that, born again Christian. Born again Christian. Give me a chance here. Born again Buddhist. History is being rewritten for a dark purpose. Trying to hide the true story of mankind. I believe that 100% that they're trying to hide the true story of mankind. I also believe they could have changed what is in the Bible. Okay, you're some of you that are stuck religious-wise, that are stuck on Bibles saying, how dare you say that that's not the word of God? There's no proof that it is. But it doesn't matter, because the God that you're talking about also told me that I don't have to go to church to believe in him, that he comes down. All I have to do is believe in him. All I have to do is accept him, and he will be there for me. And that's all I'm going to do. If you remember, Hitler was doing shit like that. Yeah, yes, he definitely was. Do you think Project Bluebeam or something similar will be launched this year? I think it's possible, Lux Report. Thanks for mentioning it. Notice the uptick in an open gov talk about UFO and disclosure. Yes. Another problem, reaction, solution, perfect crisis. It is, and it's leading up to making it sound like it is going to be a red flag event. I get it. It's true. Welcome, Richard Crooks. Thanks, Crawlface. Quinani, zinc, vitamin D. Yep. And sunshine. Yeah, that's it, guys. That's absolutely it. I got my bottles right there. And there's no two ways about it. Get out a little bit of sun when you can. And it's only normal. They're telling you, the masks. 40-degree weather here in Canada. No one's going to wear a mask. I won't. That's for sure. And if ever the government told me I had to wear a mask inside, you'll never know if I am or not. So that's for sure. I do believe history's rewritten too. I believe it always was. I had to quit my job as a nuclear tech because I refused to wear a mask and take a jab. JT Cali, I think that is horrendous. But my friend, hats off to you for having done so. Because if everybody does what you just did, well, they're going to stop pushing it onto us. As long as we bend, You know, they're going to keep doing it. What's the story in the States about them being able to vaccine the kids without asking the parents? Check that out, parents. I'm happy my son's not in school anymore. I tell you, I would probably be in jail right now. Guaranteed. Dana Shiver, thank you for the generous contributions, everyone. And I'm sorry for those that I've missed. No jab, I'm taking Trump treatment. Floyd, stats, yes. Oh, he'll be around, eh? He's he never really left. Yeah, absolutely. It still takes a huge deal to do any decent ocean exploration, etc. That is incredible, eh, Crawlface? When you look at it, deep sea explorations, like Cousteau and everything. When we go down there, there's they need pressure chambers and stuff. It's so compressed that everything just implodes and everything. We have to get down there first. Obviously, I would think it would be more dangerous more dangerous getting to the bottom of the ocean than landing on Mars. Actually, I would think, and maybe every single alien is down there, living in an underground base. Think of it, all the activity and volcanoes and volcanic activity. You know it as a volcano. Who says volcanoes aren't quite simply the aliens' electricity? A little weird, eh? Not for me. I'm at that point. Maybe the rivers that are flowing is only to cool down Earth. Maybe it wasn't even there for us to drink. Who knows? It's because we were brought up one way and our perception is always pushed onto us. This is a pen. Okay? It's going to take me a hell of a long time to prove to you that this is not a pen, right? It's going to take you a long time to prove, that's how it is. It's that stupid. It is that stupid. Take no vax. No, Kathleen. No, none for me. No, and when I see that my family has to start being forced to take it in their jobs and stuff like that, I'll be outside protesting. I'll be the first standing up in front of the parliament protesting legally, by the way, because you government people are telling us it's illegal to protest. Oh, you bunch of stinking liars. Anybody can protest anywhere they want. Anywhere. But there's a way to do it, right? But they're liars. They tell us it's not true, or they'll threaten you. Like, for example, they're telling you, "Oh, get ready to take the vaccine. Hurry up, get in line to take it." So everyone's rushing to get it, and then at one point they're going to say, "Oh, it turns out the vaccines didn't help." Oh well, it doesn't matter. They made money. Do you see it occurring? SARS. How long ago did that happen? Only a couple of years, 3-4 years. They need to make more money. So they need a cataclysmic event. They need an infection pandemic to be able to rake in money with their freaking vaccines and shit. That it's all a fake scam ass sham. Just my belief, though. Because anything I say about COVID here, don't take for granted. Don't quote me. Don't depend on me for your information about COVID. I'm telling you my fears and what I feel, which I don't give a rat's ass if the government has a problem with that. Because if I'm not able to share my stuff here, I'm going to share it in a bigger way. And if they block people out too much at one point, it'll be worse for them. It's like telling trolls, stop writing long comments or writing capital letters. They're going to. More and more they will. And that's how it is. So you have to play their game. Trace Force Major followed by Guardian Space Force Major. The Great, RA set to new genome. Trace Force Major followed by Guardians. Space Force Commander is out. Did you know that? Space Force Commander is gone. They were doing the race culture with him, telling him he was bad. White person, you're scum. If you're white, you're privileged. No one's going to believe that shit. Not even the black people, which they're probably a little bit embarrassed about what's going on. And what everyone's taking the time to talk about black people without actually listening to what they think themselves, right? Everybody just labeling blacks and whites that they're racist, they're not, they're doing this, that's offensive, that's not, that's racist, and it's a bunch of bullshit, unfortunately. Thank you, Lies Lut, Lundrodic. A long ship that are cylindric, if it's seen sideways, it will appear as a dot or a circle. Wow, thank you, Lise. Yes, absolutely. Uh, and there's no way of knowing if that sideways UFO is a star, what it is, and they can hide behind the star. So they're all around the galaxy and the solar system, and will basically not ever be seen. And when they're seen, it's a light going by that people can see, and then people are going to fight about it and say, well, it was a UFO. No, it wasn't. Military is going to say, well, there was some practice being done, and we sent up some 50 millimeter rounds and some tracers, and that's what you guys saw in the sky. So it's a defense that they use because humans have been stupid for a long time, but it's not really working anymore. And like Lee said, absolutely, a long ship that are cylindric, okay, the cylindrical ships, if seen sideways, it'll appear as a dot or a circle. And you said it, a dot. No one's going to see it far, far out for sure, because it's going to blend in with the other stars. They can hide behind stars, behind moons, and don't forget, they could bring their lights down, right? They could bring the intensity of their lights down, which is absolutely crazy when you think of it. Thanks a lot, everyone. Blue Beam could be a Lux Report. Project Paperclip. They were talking about that way back, and in reality, Roswell alien autopsy. I saw it this afternoon, came up with in the paperclip word again, project behind that we're talking about. Where I went to Doria here in Franklin, they were lobotomizing the kids there, and of course MK Ultra. They were trafficking children over the border of the States into Canada, and we were hiding them there. When I went to that place, it's written all over the walls. Project Paperclip, all over the walls. And you got to appreciate it, because you know that it's somebody that found this out, which people have known for a long time, but they're like, oh my gosh, the paperclip, this is where it happened. So you get a lot of kids spray painting and stuff all over. But in reality, it really occurred. And that's a scary part, that all these things really occurred. We need a Nuremberg trial, again, to set new laws and to put the elites in their place. This is what we need to have happen, which I hope will happen. I do have a video ready for you all, ish, very close to the end. It's got some audio to finish up on it. We're getting in close to look at the surface again. It's going to be the supermoon footage, which I will get in really close and show you. But yeah, born again Buddhist, I believe that history is being rewritten, or it was hidden. The things that went on in the past, like for example, if something made the humans hundreds of years ago react and take down the governments, they're not going to tell us why, because they wouldn't want that to occur again. So they would actually probably theoretically integrate a lie in that. The people would not believe exactly what's going to be going on. That's for sure. Hey, Richard Crooks, thanks for being here. Scott Owens, white chicks. I dig white chicks. My grandmother often said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. She was a smart lady, Silver Soul. That's well said. I hadn't heard that, but it's damn right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Yep. I'll take that as a helpful suggestion. Exactly. To think out of the box. It may just help and prevent something in the future happening from you. Really sorry that you had to quit your job, JT Cali, for that. That actually sucks. But I'm proud of you for doing so, though. because obviously there'll be others that do it. It's hard. Our families come into consideration there, and we have to still think of them first. But you see how it's control. It's total control, and sometimes the stress of the control at work, it's even better quitting your job, right? I'm waiting for them to come get the cars there. They say they want to take the cars off the road. You see the Americans' excuse for why people are having problems with the gas prices? We told you, get electric cars. No, you didn't, you lying buggers. You told us that electric cars aren't going to come into the market, right? Why didn't they do that? Elon Musk wanted to. Everyone wanted to. No, we're going to leave the gas, because what's going to happen is that the gas. So do you see that's somebody that was trying to prevent the gas issue? And instead the government turned it around and said, no, we'll just stay on the cars until everything crashes. And then the elites will. What do you think the elites did? Elites this morning woke up. I'm going to go get an electric car this morning. Oh, well, sell the gas pickup with the horns on it. No problem. They got no problem. See him walking around, driving around in Prius. Oh, I wouldn't be caught dead in a Prius. Controlled chaos. Yeah, well said, Jessa. Hey, thanks everyone for stopping by. This is my 5-minute goodbye, like I always usually do. 10-minute goodbye. We're all going to die. It's the one thing we're all promised in life. Yeah, that's the worst of it. So you know what? They told us we were all going to die. You know what? Maybe they lied. Maybe they lied. I got to get myself some of those immortal pills, right? To become immortal and strong. They're all taking them. I'm pretty sure they're testing them right now. We are under alien control. I believe it. I believe it 150,000% that we are. Yeah, exactly, Andromeda Native. They're weaponizing words. And listen, I'm just as guilty as some of you. I did it myself when the terrorist group BLM came out. The first thing I said is, what a beautiful thing. B lives matter, which they do, by the way. Every white person knows that. But the name of that institution, that association, are terrorists. So when whites started turning around and say, well, I can't really say that they're terrorists, I'm going to pass off for a racist, right? So white people aren't talking about BLM. They're terrorists. I'm white. I'm going to say it. Proud of it. Because I don't care if people think I'm racist or not. I'm not racist. I go by judgment of character. They're burning down bloody houses. Don't support them. Right? It doesn't make any sense. I know all the black people weren't out in the streets doing that. It's just a terrorist group. Sure, the people were black in it. Well, it's because we got terrorists in the whites. We got terrorists with the blacks. There's always someone terrorizing a neighborhood somewhere. I have my neighbor, not across the street, but on the next street is a big a-hole. Likes terrorizing kids, actually. Has them over for parties at his house. But is that because he's white? No, because he was brought up poor or whatever. His dad beat him or whatever. I believe it's the character of the person. You're not going to be born into a race where you say, oh, we're slaves and we're going to, working on the railroad. Oh, working on, come on. It's such a scam. It's a big show and people buy into it. Do you see the people today? Oh, cancel culture. Oh my God. Hey, you white people, can I say that because I'm white? Even though I'm pink. Can some of you white people take it down a notch with the apologies for being white? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen somebody do. Apologizing for being a color. No matter what color you are, don't apologize for being your color. That is totally crazy. It's insulting to any race to feel they would have to do that, privileged or not. We know what went on in the past. At one point, some white people were owning slaves. Okay. It could have been the other way around. Maybe 100 years ago, it was the other way around. Maybe it was blacks that had the whites over. We don't know anything in history aside for looking back, 50, 60 years? If you talk about what happened 100 years ago, just that is speculation. There are no books. Why? Why would they not have all books of history explaining what went on? Oh, they have them. It's all bullshit lies. The dates have all been changed. They did this 100 years ago. They did that 200 years ago. They died there. We go up to these ancient historical sites, Mayan sites, and we look there for having done a study for 3 years or something. We look down and we go, a little bit of carbon dating, which, by the way, they prove was bullcrap. Carbon dating, they were off 12,000 years. And this is just recently, last year in 2020, they came to the understanding of that. So what does that mean, y'all? That means any and every bone that they found, they said, during the time of the dinosaurs, that was during that time, that was during that time. They're all wrong. No dates are right. Not one. No way of proving carbon dating. It's bullshit. Sorry, excuse me it's bullcrap is what I meant. And it's true. They say that the shroud, come on. They made a mistake of 12,000 years. So how can they use that? But now there's just been an update in carbon dating. And I was blown away when they said that now they will know exactly how old the bones are, the shroud and everything. They don't mention it. They don't talk about it. They don't want to tell people what's going on. When people mention to us something secretive, it's for money. If they're talking about UFOs right now, you're going to get people investing and funding into the Pentagon, because some people actually believe the Pentagon's there to save them, and they're going to invest. These big elite idiots are going to invest in the money, so that they will be protected. And the money doesn't go for that. It goes for dark projects, secret projects. That's exactly what it's doing. Do you give money to the Vatican? Biggest fraud in the world, right? He only gives 0.01% of everything, because there's an upkeep on the documents there, and they got to get themselves gold rings and stuff, the big lampstands and golden stands and stuff like that. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Someone raising money for the poor would be filled with gold on his bloody clothes and stuff. And people still don't understand that. It makes me laugh so much. The guy who has, googly eyes, shaves his head, has a sword, drinking beer and talking in the woods to people saying God's coming. I have more faith in that guy talking truth than the religion, because if there's a lie integrated in religion, the safe thing for me to do was to pull away from it, to not get involved and really be hooked on it. I have Egyptian cross. I have some, even Buddhist things, Shiva, but that was because it was related to the CERN and stuff. I got skulls, Egyptian statues, Statue of Liberty. I'm not American. Why do I have a Statue of Liberty? I'm allowed. It represents liberty. That's the important thing. People judge people. And for me, those are just statues, right? Because I don't idolize them. And that's, for me, is something important. I don't idolize statues, right? But I could have them up if they interest me and stuff like that. But a lot of people feel like that. Like when people come here and they see the skull and they go, okay, well, he's a Hells. No, not a Hells Angel. Because I got a bloody skull there. I have a skull under my skin. I'm not hiding it, right? It's the understanding of, I believe the secret has to do with the skull. The DNA changing genetic code of the humans. So let's wake up before I get off here. The really smart ones, we found some skulls here on Earth that have a different shape than us, that some say are alien. So how many times did aliens come to Earth to manipulate the human race? Many times. And the evolution that we say remember that when you were in school, they showed someone bent over on all fours and then they put them standing up. That was the evolution. We started off on our all fours and then we, yeah, right. They have no idea. It's all theory. Science is theory. Everything related to science is theory. Physics is theory. We made mathematics. What's mathematics? Does it work? Not often. Not often. Theories are not right. Einstein's theories, relativity theory, Isaac Newton's theory in 1666, Nothing was 100% on. Tesla, I believe that they would have brought the technology of Tesla to continue on certain projects, maybe mix a little bit of his wisdom up with whatever other wisdom of the other people. I don't know. So yeah, a great big thanks to each and every one of you for being here. I have a video to put up for you all, and I will be back on. It's 3:15 now, so in 4 hours and 45 minutes, I'll be back on to talk with the evening group, and we'll talk about some more stuff. Have a live stream tomorrow, and I'll be doing some tests with StreamYard because we got an interview coming up with TechnoThanks that I am going to jump on the occasion. I'm busy this week. I got a lot of stuff going on this week, but that's how I am. Me, it'll be dead for months, and then everything at the same time happens. So be watching a lot of new things. And hey, well, thank you so much for the new subscribers. Looking forward to interact with you all in the comment sections, in the community section. Do check the community section once in a while. If you want to know when live streams are and stuff, I often post there and talk a little bit about upcoming videos and stuff. And love you all. Thanks for connecting. It's absolutely amazing. Who else? Jenny. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, those are terrible details for JT Cali. It sucks. The CIA admits it exists. What have we learned since? Nothing. Same with disclosure coming. Yeah, well, they got caught. So, Scott Owens, character is who you are. Reputation is what people think about you. Absolutely. That's very, very true. And, some people say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. I have a little bit of problem with that one, though, because I got some weird friends. It's about respect, eh? It's about respecting everybody's difference in opinions. Some people, and you must agree, I'm like that too sometimes. When somebody expresses themselves in a different way as compared to you, often you'll step back or say, nah, I don't. That's why we clash a lot in different things. Me, I try to understand things that people say, and I try to make it make sense for me, because sometimes we have difference in opinions, and which, by the way, a lot of you do have difference in opinions with me, and a lot of you come here and comment that and still appreciate my videos, but you do tell me when you disagree, and I appreciate that. I think it's healthy. I love debating. There's nothing you can say here that's going to insult me. I guarantee it. The trolls, they have to find a way to be able to remain here by leaving alone all the other members and by just communicating with me. No matter what any troll wants to say to me, I will leave it up. But when you come and you comment one long comment, I don't want to see the same comment on another video if it's just to paste and copy and paste. So not everyone's a troll, right? The ones that are trolls are the ones that are deliberately coming here to hate on me, which in reality, they probably agree with me. They just don't want to actually admit it. Constantly changing definitions to keep people confused. Born again Buddhist, that is another thing. Fish, fishes. Fish, fishes. They change words, yes. They look at the way they used to talk in the 1500s and 1600s. We'd never be able to understand what they're saying. Nay and yay and everything, all the different terms and words. That's one thing I've always said. I believe in what you just said, my friend. And at the same time, I've told my mother thousands of times, I'm always talking about this to her and everyone I talk to. Language communication barrier problem is that Chinese can't communicate with us. They never will unless they learn English and unless we learn Chinese. Think of it. That's scary because I really want to tell the Chinese what I'm thinking is going on and what I think their government's doing, but there's just no communication between them. Which countries do they say are the most racist? Easy. All our countries, the ones that we receive immigrants in, the ones where there are Chinese, Asian, Black, Arab, everything on the list, white country, Canada. I'm sorry. I mean, There's nobody in the government that's white in Canada, not in Quebec, anyways. And why is that a problem? Why is that a problem for me to say I'd like to have some people also with my opinions? So what they did is the government started telling people, whites are racist, and then they started taking over by making colored people sound like they were bullies. And it's not the colored people doing this, but the news is showing that there's this push, from colored people, and it's not true. But it's what the media is doing. The media signed a petition, a paper, to hide the truth that's coming out. That's guaranteed. Everybody knows that. They're definitely hiding the truth. If I can get along with black people and other cultures, you guys can too. Everybody can. It makes no sense. Have I hated someone that was black before? Not because of his color. I hated what they represented or what they said, but online we don't see anyone's color. I think that's a good thing. It really is a good thing. When I talk to you all here, I don't care whether you're 4.5 years old, well, obviously 9 or 10 years old, or 15 or 16. I don't ask your ages. I know none of you have ever had that question from me. Have I ever asked any of you how old you were? No, and I'm not going to do that, because I don't have to know the age to answer someone back. I'll answer the same way Crawlface, who's 39 years old, and I will answer a kid that's 16 the same way, because I'm going to answer based on the information of what I said, so. People have substituted, I heard, with I'm offended. I read that too before, but absolutely true. How can the aliens invasion be the current fear porn? I read that too, I think. When the aliens were here before us. Yeah, absolutely true. I believe they were here way before us. Akeem Basin. Akeem. You'll be hearing about a meatball soon. Mr. A Meatball. I don't know if they're pulling our legs or what the hell's going on, but family member said it the other day, Bruce, it's like we're living in Alice in Wonderland there. It's like it's a fake world. Nothing's making sense. Laws don't make sense. The people's reactions don't make any sense either. You see how people are reacting to. I guess the people that have mental issues and problems are speaking out more. Probably going to cause a lot of problems. Great big thanks to all of you for having stopped by. Just went along with the program because they didn't want to lose their job. That's how it is. Very sad. Awake, not woke. I hope everything is okay now. But yeah, we got to appreciate the opinions of others. I get some people here and they test me. Some people it's real, and some people it's a test. Bruce, the earth is flat, and they're going to wait to see what I'm going to say. But some people believe it, and I love the theory. I think it's interesting. Why wouldn't I? Doesn't mean, you can like something without having to necessarily agree with it. It's an interesting theory. I think it would be more plausible that it was flat, sort of lens shaped like a cookie, maybe. Obviously. Yeah, exactly. JPQ Tactic says, isn't an old guy with a long gray beard God? Yeah, that's so they say. Who created God? And now if I was a religious freak, I would answer you, JPQ, you can't say that. God has always been. He's always been here. That made no sense. That made no sense for me right from the start. Everything is created. Remember that. Everything has a beginning and an end. And I believe including God. And we'll end on that note. Organized confusion. Absolutely, Dana Shiver. Thanks, Dana, for everything, eh? Great to be open. We have to be open-minded. Be fair, sincerely. Reptilians also have claimed that right as well, and they are right. Yeah, and I wonder if we're going to see some. I wonder. Thor! Wonder if we're going to see some. Pugboy Elvis grew up in the black community. One of the reasons his music was so soulful. Of course. Of course. Everyone he was listening to was black. Buddy Holly. I don't know anyone else. Bill Withers. Look at the songs I play. I could say that you're a liar, but I'd be a liar myself if I said that, Glenn, because I love blues and I love soul music, and some of the best soul music. Listen, we got some good white players, trust me, but the black guys, listen, down pat. A lot of them, it's for whatever the reason. It has quite simply to do with a simple accent, probably. But I really like the way it could sound racist, I guess, for some people. But if you're really into the music, voices are very different, and different cultures have different voices, and different cultures are better sometimes to sing certain songs. It's quite simply that. If I try to sound like a really good blues player, well, I'm going to not try to sing like a black person, but it comes down to, in a way, you sort of really do. But I think it's because of the style of the music. I don't know. You got the old bossa nova music, yeah, you have the recent blues, and some soul and jazz and that, some funk, and you mix it up. I like mixing it up. I like making a funky jazz blues song with some rock, and you mix it up a little bit. Sometimes you can find some new types of new styles of singing music and playing music. That's often some of the best musicians were some that were not liked at the beginning because they were so different. Beatles, anybody, right? Genetically 3 races. Ian McDonald, thanks for sharing that. It could be. It would make sense if I had to guess how many genetically races there are, and you said it, and I would believe white, black, and Asian, definitely. Or maybe whites aren't there. Maybe it's Arab, blacks, and Asian, which made some whites. I could look at it any way you want. I mean, it'll never be proven, but yeah. Genetically 3 races. That's pretty interesting, and I think about it a lot. How many races could be here? The Mona Lisa on the moon, whether she be real or not, it does look like an Asian woman with large Asian eyes, beautiful large Asian eyes, actually, which Asian eyes are beautiful, I find. Anyways, depending on the tastes, right, of people, but that's how we change. Our eyes look a little different. They change shapes and form, and those little details that we have in the nose and the mouth and eyes and lips and skin color would obviously be different on each and every planet. So around the solar system, would there not just be a whole bunch of different races and colors that are very similar to ours here on Earth? Pretty sure. It would be scary, eh? Knowing that, they're Asians or the aliens or something like that. Because now you look around and you go, oh, a lot of Asians here, or if they're white, you say, well, there's a lot of white people here. It could be aliens. But yeah, I believe that the aliens are integrated into our system. They come here, and like Crawlface was saying, they're probably all the way into even knowing about our social media. Imagine us knowing that. Imagine us finding out that if they have books and if they have this and if they have that. Let's use common sense. That's how a race starts. Writing, books, communication, war for defense. It's going to come with insects. It's going to come with beings. Either way, no matter where you are. We're all the same color on the inside. Absolutely, Psychotic 8. We are all the same. Exactly. But to be fair and sincerely, I read that. It was cool. Religion has been a way to separate and divide. I really believe that, Tracy Reed. We have one true creator. God is energy and love. Wouldn't change a word in what you said. And absolutely, religion, hats off and much respect for people that do look into religion to better themselves. If that's your thing, there's different ways and reasons for people to look into the religion, but don't let it become a crutch. In other words, God allows you, I assume, to have your own opinions and to do your own research on certain things. Reading a book and doing what's in a book there doesn't work very much for me. Need to see a little bit of proof before doing what's said in a book. Yeah, they say you're racist for calling out racism. Exactly, Joe. So you know. Thanks for the contributions too, by the way, man. Yeah, who did create God? That is one of my favorite subjects, actually. I got a lot to talk about that one. Anyways, born again Buddhist, I think you are asleep focusing on ethnicity and saying some people are less or more. I don't see where he's talking, though. Awake, not awoke. But I don't have any problem with what he said at all, actually. I've only seen him talking common sense, I believe so. I think some people are here to do trouble. I go by my intuition always. And when I decide something, I decide it and I don't ask my friends what they think. Like awake, not awoke that I just blocked. I don't need your opinions to know if I blocked them, if I did good or not. He's making it a shitty situation when born again Buddhist is just giving his honest opinion. So religion has been a way to separate and divide. That I really believe that one. Absolutely. Ever seen the Black Irish or Montserrat, Bruce? David, yes, I have. I've heard of that. Some different special types of races, people. What about the ones on the islands? The tall individuals. They have like this beautiful bronze, almost black skin, beautiful, sparkling skin. They look like aliens. It's incredible. I'm telling you, they have different eyes. They have weird tongues, and they have, their palate's a different color, and you can't help but wonder: is it different races, you know, or are they alien races? So look at it like you want. Maybe Earth is the home of all the races, and this is where they're dropped off. So yeah, absolutely, a born again Buddhist. So I'm sorry about that. I just took them down. Not going to take a chance about that. And I believe everyone has their honest opinion and stuff. And I haven't seen anything bad that you said so far. So, yeah, exactly. He did born again Buddhist. So why cause a fight about it? I immediately blocked him. Born again Buddhist has been here for a while. Supportive too. The earth is flat again, says Alan. Like I said, it could absolutely be. And I do honestly love the theory of that. And I think it's plausible. Ralph Winter's here. Thank you. I remember that. Casper. I did not see Ralph Winter. Did he write something? Oh, there he is. Bruce, do you remember the two Chinese doctors that had the virus and turned black? No, I didn't know about that. Turned black. That'd be hilarious. You'd want someone that racist for that to happen to him, eh? Guys going around hating on black people. The next day wakes up black. Screw you, man. Too bad. That's all you have to do. But Black Irish, I'd seen that too, heard of that too. Like, what was it the other day? I saw a Chinese person with blonde hair and an English accent. It was like, what? It was exciting. It was incredible to see. It's like, what the heck? Blue eyes. Oh, it was weird. It was really weird. It was interesting weird. Well, now Awake is asleep, born again Buddhist. He won't be back. We can all learn something from everyone, some good, some bad. So take what is useful and beneficial. That's amazing info, and discard the stuff that ain't beneficial. That's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. That's the story of my life. Yes, physical astronomy techno thanks coming soon. Thanks for applying the pressure, y'all, in my most exciting time. Well, I'll be doing tests, but I'm telling you, June 1st, if we're still here, we'll be not long after June 1st for sure. We're going to be probably getting the interview on, but I will be doing some tests, by the way, either tomorrow or the day after. A couple of live streams during the day, which is going to sort of screw up the channel. Though I hate that. I get so little views, and then when the views start coming in, and I do something like that, it'll screw it up. But wait till you all hear Technothanks, and whether Technothanks wants to just get a picture up of himself, I got no problem with that, or just a picture of his channel. And there's no rule to the conversation. I wouldn't even have a subject title. I'm just going to let him talk, which is incredibly fun. And I'm sort of honored to have a chance to talk to him without having to wait for a comment from him or something like that, because I love the guy. I love talking to him. He's funny as hell. He's going to make you all laugh and cry for sure. Seen it before, JT Kelly. Absolutely. Hey, Bob Down. I blue, so there I am. Not black, white, pink. Sometimes I'm green with envy. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, maybe I should be careful, but I have no racist intentions at all. And when it comes to the black and white story or the Asian or Arab story, I don't have any problems talking about it because I don't have any ill intentions, is how I see it. And I think that there has to be a common sense to it. Whether you're black or red, pink or blue, I'm sure we could always see eye to eye on logical things, because all cultures have logical people. All cultures have racist people. Are there any cultures that are more racist than the other? Sure, maybe. I sure as hell ain't going to touch that. I don't know, because I would need a lot of researching and training and to be able to come to a conclusion with that, which I would not. Open your eyes. That's what you got to do, right? Stevie Wonder, he can see. Maybe some of you don't know that, but he can. And he walks around and he drives skidoos. And I saw him pick up something that fell over during while they were singing. Paul McCartney knocked the microphone over. He bent down, and somebody says it's his extra perception because he uses only his hearing, so he heard the microphone falling. Bull crap. Okay. They were singing "We Are the World" and screaming in the room. And Stevie Wonder was going, so you could be sure he did not hear the microphone fall. And he went like this, turned around and bent, and he caught the microphone before it hit the ground. So Shaq O'Neal admitted that he was in the elevator. He walked in the elevator and he said, "Hey, Shaq." Then people were saying, well, Shaq's tall and heavy and they must have heard him breathing and knew it was him. And that's bullcrap. Elton John, the one that everybody loves, that sings, but that can't sing in public, can only sing when he's not being seen. That's scary stuff. You wonder, Ray Charles. Now I wonder about Ray Charles. Yeah, I don't know if he's blind anymore. I don't know what's going on. How many people have you seen fake and get caught lip sync? Milli Vanilli. Ooh, 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 I love you. They got caught. They weren't real. Remember, they used to walk into their show and run down and jump over everything. They were there with their microphones, and the hair and the look and the cut and everything. So the ideal is to get musicians just looking good. Hollywood does that. MK Ultra mind control. That's all they do. They control. They make you. That's why Jim Carrey had a depression. He didn't admit this. I know why, though. Because Jim Carrey, they created him. Jim Carrey was a secret project. So was Don Rickles. So was, Johnny Carson and everyone that he interviewed on the show. I'm not saying that people cannot be talented, but when it comes to Hollywood uses the smoke and mirrors, and that's exactly what they do. The smoke and mirrors to hide on what's going on. Elton John, I heard him sing in public. Poor guy, can't sing at all. Can't follow a song. I heard Phil Collins was my favorite when I was young. I can feel it coming. He was like, I was out there. I listened to him in Genesis. I listened to all his songs, every song he ever wrote. And then you go, wait a minute, he didn't write any songs. And then you look at the people and you say, even Clapton, that Clapton doesn't write many of his songs. It's all other people that wrote his songs. And people are like, no, that's not true. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's hiding the truth. They're presenting you this singer that didn't make his music, that didn't make, Phil Collins. I used to love his music. I still do, but it sounds good with the computer on it. I heard him sing live and he couldn't sing. Sorry, I heard him sing. He can't sing at all. I heard him. And it has to be presented on the radio or So we're living in a lie of a world. So Jim Carrey's film, when he gets to the end and the boat runs into the stairs, do you understand that that's true? Do you know that? I believe it. I believe there is that bloody stairwell with the wall at the end somewhere. That's probably where Christopher Columbus was on his way to, and he probably saw that wall and said, damn, the earth is not flat. It's not real. Not only is it not flat or round, it's not even real. Maybe there's only a surface and there's no sky nowhere. Imagine if all those stars around us are just projects. Isn't that scary as hell? All those lights are just secret projects. There is no galaxy, or there is no Milky Way where you can fly through the Milky Way millions of miles for days on end, years on end. Maybe it's not true, right? You're born and they tell you, well, if there's kids here anyways, we know, parents, that Santa exists, right? And we know that the tooth fairy does too, right? Okay. So when I started getting older, I started questioning other things like God and everything, just questioning everything. So you feel like, I feel like I'm a baby, a 2-year-old baby or a year-old baby. I was younger than that when I was walking, actually. I was walking young. I feel like a 3-month-year-old baby who's just starting to lift up his head, even though I lifted mine the first day I came out. I was like looking around. Hey, Mom, Brucey's all right. I was moving my head. But as kids, we're presented a lot of lies. And as we get older, our parents tell us truths along the way, saying, that wasn't true, but we told you that, then Christmas, we did that. And then the tooth fairy brought you $5. Well, it was Uncle Randy or Uncle Simon or whatever. So it's all bullcrap lies that are around us. And everything's, how can I say it? Everything's a mock-up, a setup. I wouldn't be surprised if I pulled out a tuft of grass and underneath it was a price tag on it. Like you literally see the price tag of that piece of grass that they put there to grow. Right? All fake, maybe all created in labs, all the grass created in labs underground somewhere a long time ago. We have no idea. And then when you're born, you depend on what your parents say. And that's what you have to learn. What do you have to learn all your life? What do you have to learn all of your life? Obedience. You have to listen to your parents, and then it's the grandparents. Then it's the adults outside that you have to listen to. Then you go to school, you have to listen to your teacher. Then you become an adult, and it seems that nobody listens to you. That was my story. I said, I can't wait to be the adult. People are going to start listening to me. Nope. That's how it is. People don't listen to nobody. So I guess I am going to have to get off. And I thank you all, Pug Boy, everyone that's here. Hey, Andrell. Same here. I don't want to offend anyone, but I believe God and Christianity is a control structure to help. That was very politely said, man. And I respect your opinion. Reduce violence, stealing, murder, etc. I agree with you too. Like I said, I do have a lot of Christians here. I have a lot of religious people, Protestants, Catholics, Mormons, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Jehovah's Witnesses, you name it, we got them here. I got nothing against that. The one that takes control of everyone else and starts thrashing them and telling them they got to believe in God and stuff, I think they're the biggest liars out there. Nobody's going to listen to them. CBD, the vaped concentrate, boom, great stuff for inflammation. The CBD I haven't tried though. The THC, yeah, more or less with the swelling is probably be good. But hey, more and more, Pulsar G, they're talking about it. More and more elderly people are actually looking with the CBD and the THC because it is helping a lot of stuff like the eyes, inflation. You said inflammation? Inflation. Sorry, I was thinking of the States. Inflation, which does exist, by the way. They're spending money in the States. They're causing inflation. Come on, Elmer Fudd. I'm having problems talking. They're causing the inflation. Money's not going to be worth anything. Like the words aren't going to mean anything. Weaponizing words, giving out money to everyone. Stay home. Stay home. You don't have to bloody work now. We'll send you money right at home. Casa Nostra. Welcome. Jarrett Nip. Yes, sir. On the 50-50. Agreed. To make us believe logic and reasoning and our sciences are crap. It's exactly it. It's true. It's true. When you start waking up and you see it and you go, like, I mean, everyone's talking about, hey, Christopher Owens. I was a little kid then. I didn't even like them anyway. And, you know, they want us to, I'm a fan of Jesus Christ. Casa Nostra. That's good. That's okay. And like I say, I'm open-minded. And I want everyone to understand, never am I going to diss people that are religious. I'm spiritual. I see myself spiritual myself. I believe what I believe in God. And it's different things, you know. But I pray to him, Casa Nostra. I take the suggestion of my religious friends that do tell me always to believe in him. And I often do. And somebody even sent me in the mail a prayer. Is it in English or French? Do you have eternal salvation? What must I do? I have the card. I read it a lot. I'm not even going to bother you with it. Why? It's for me. I'm not here to portray that I'm religious and to attract people so they'll say, oh, he's forgot. I'm going to follow him. Because that's what a lot of people do. I just want people to understand that I believe in them. And it's a personal research that I'm doing. I think everyone should research personally themselves about who God is, because I do believe God has several representations. God has been presented different ways: energy, love, power, the Alpha, the Omega. He's always been. He was created. He's not created. He died. He can't die. He is dead. He's not dead. But I just like hearing all sides because I think it's interesting looking at all the possibilities on whether, you know, somebody says, what a stupid question, asking if God died. Why is this stupid? There's nothing stupid about it. Sure, a lot of people believe that he can't die, but is it just, do you believe that just because you read it? What if that word was changed? What if somebody took God's word and added that he cannot die? What if God wrote all the Bible and he got to the end and said, now, my friends, I must die? And they took that out, right? I'm talking theory there. I'm just telling you, remain open-minded. You never know what could have happened. Muffet Carol, thanks. God bless. What's happening right now is a perfect example of a big system agenda. Yeah, for sure. To destroy our sense of anything and, yes, everything. That's exactly what they're doing. Making us fight amongst ourselves, disagreeing with certain things. You know, that hit that they did the black and whites in the States, that's pretty disgusting. It's pretty morbid with you know, they're lying. They're lying about the deaths. They're lying about the acts. They're lying about a whole bunch of things. So what's true and what's not? Well, it's lukewarm. You can't be lukewarm. You're cold or you're hot. But crawl face, you know, you were talking about just the other day. There is a little bit of bad and all good, a little bit of good and all bad. Same thing, vice versa. You could have 100,000 good people teaching, instructing about God, and you could have one person born into that group of people 100 years later and destroy it all. So that's that one little bit of evil that's in a big group of good, which in a way, inside that evil person, there must be a little bit of good anyways, because if not, he wouldn't have resisted doing the evil. So yin yang, you hear about it, talking about it, which is obviously interesting. Hey, thanks, Archangel Uriel. Thank you very much. To see the light of wisdom, we must first empty our minds. Wow, I believe that. Thank you for saying that. That is something very smart, because if not, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I believe because of what you said, you probably think the same thing. You can't focus. You can't think. You can't see or align or discover or understand anything, because everyone their minds are filled with the perception that the system is pushing onto you. So you're trying to teach your kids what the system tells you, and some people just don't have that common sense. They just follow rules and laws without realizing themselves whether they appreciate it or not. And some it's instantaneous that they will not think of it because it's just not part of them. They just don't. They're asleep. They won't wake up to that. A lot of people don't believe the system could be that corrupt to hurt your children and stuff like that. I'm not saying that they all are, but you can't rule out that one day they could turn on you. And the easiest way to do it is to cheat and lie on you, to cheat to you. So it's like saying, I'm going to hold out my hand to get a bird to come and eat my hand, or a squirrel, and I'm going to feed him for a week. And next Sunday, I'm going to kill it. Yep. I'm going to wait till it comes in my hand and just pick it up. So that's cheating and taking, lying and changing the perception of someone they see. Because the squirrel all week, he said, geez, what a good guy. Every day he's bringing me food. He's back the next day, he's bringing food. Then you go, pow. Why? A little bit of good and evil, a little bit of evil and good. The yin, the yang. Whether it's not part of your religion or not, or you don't want to have anything to do with anything Asian, makes sense. It makes sense. No matter what culture is explaining it, we often come to the same conclusions, right? Different ways of expressing what's going on, but often it comes down to the same story, most often. And like I said, hey, Trevor Williams, just think science. He disappeared. Sorry about that. Trevor Williams disappeared. Sorry about that, man. Well, there you go. Casper White says, we are live on a slave planet. 100%. Tavis, Blankenship. Thanks, man. Commander Keen. So what's the moon? Spaceship or secret project? Maybe it's stuck to Earth. Maybe Earth and the moon are a binary star system, and we're spinning around so fast. It's keeping us up. There could be so many possibilities, right? Hey, Free Speech Warrior. Sorry I missed you, my friend. How huge is Bruce's mug? Exactly. Some people see it huge. Some people don't. It is huge, isn't it? Size of my head, eh? No comment. God is great tasting bacon. Oh, yeah, the sizzly one. And if you get too close there, it burns you and it goes like, ow! The oil is so bloody hot. That's interesting to do. I'm a guy like theorizing stuff. And I actually like people to say things like that because it makes people think. Like if I was to tell you, talk to me about God, but it has to do with bacon. Explain to me how God is related to bacon. And you can't talk about anything unless it has to do with the bacon relationship with the God. People will come up with theories that make actually probably pretty much sense. And I bet you by next Saturday we'll have a bacon church up. Definitely here, which would be cool. Eh? Going to church to eat some bacon. Maybe we'll get more people sitting in the seats. That's not nice. It's funny, but not nice. If there was ever a done, it's gone now. Open season on the moon. Yes, exactly. This is why no one finds real meteorites. Yeah, but we can go outside every night and watch falling stars, right? But we don't see any, right? Exactly. They're rolling off the dome, and they come from all different directions. Absolutely. And yet here we can't find any, right? And the ones that they find are ginormous, right? Right. When they show them. So they say. Wow. Well, my leg's asleep. So I had an amazing time here, y'all. Thanks for the contributions, for contributing. If you're here, you're definitely contributing. And I appreciate it. Commander Keen. So is the moon a spaceship? Most likely. Thanks, Floyd, everyone. God, it's great tasty bacon. I love that. If God was an ocean, which ocean would he be? He would be an invisible ocean. He would be like hidden under a volcano somewhere with buried ice and stuff, keeping the flowing water, which would be the purest spring on earth, probably. I love theorizing like that, and some people don't get into what I'm talking about. I know it sounds ludicrous for some, but it develops your brain. If God was a car or a spacecraft, what spacecraft would he be? Get people to think a bit. Jarrett Nip. Knip, sorry. This is why no one finds. Yeah, I just read that. Sorry about that. Who would go to the moon 6 times and not leave a camera up there pointing back at us? Jarrett, you're absolutely right. And obviously there is one, right? It makes sense. Right? It makes sense. Crawlface, download Asteroid Defense app live. Oh, that's interesting. I heard of that one. Asteroid Defense app. Yeah, Casper White. We all live in a slave planet. You know what? I believe we are slaves. And what they did is they came up with a conniving way. Hello, Tavis. Thanks for being here. They came up with a conniving way of making us think we are free. So you leave your house to go to work. The weekend you come, you could travel if you want. You can take a plane and go to the States and stuff, but you're still in the concentration camp. You haven't left. The concentration camp is ginormous. It's bigger than Walt Disney. It's just no matter where you go, it's inside of the camp. And that's how it is. We see borders. There's different languages and stuff. Why? It's to make you stay in your own country so you won't travel to other places. If you don't know what currency they use and you don't understand the traffic, why in England are they on the left of the road when we're on the right? Are we trying to kill each other? Get people from England come down here, or once in a while they're going to go, oops, I'm back on the right again, or I'm back on the left again, which you could kill yourself down here. And me going to England, I'd be saying, oops, oh, darn it, I was on the right side of the road again. Because for you guys, it's the opposite. But here it's, everything is made, like most of you were telling me, everything's made for us not to connect or communicate, or like some of you said, to confuse us, which is really, really true. Hey, is it 4:00? Guys, I gotta get out. I'm so sorry to have kept you on here that long. It was so interesting. And for those of you that I missed your comments, I have a stupid way of getting the feed that does that. I don't know what it is, but I thank you all for the comments. That was like a 1 hour goodbye. Eh? I know most of you are sick of hearing me. Rob, hello. Where's the shadow from the moon? Where is a half moon out? How come no one can see any shadow? Well, that's right. But the shadow, the Terminator line, that goes across the moon, shows elevation and stuff. There should be a shadow. There should be a shadow on Earth of the moon when the sun is like on the other side of the moon. It would be refracting. Those are normal questions. Yeah, good questions, Jarrett. Like, first of all, it should be there. It's not even moving in orbit. It's rotating, yes, but it's taking a lot longer than Earth to rotate. It does a full turn in 28 to 30 days. Earth does a full turn in 24 hours, right? So what the hell is up with that? You look at the moon, it's never moving. Never moving? But how come it's never in the same place? Ever. It'll never come up in the same bloody place. It comes up in a proximate place, but it's always jumping around, back and forth, left and right. If they're coming here, the aliens, they're coming here for a reason. And it could be, I'm hearing it's a test. I'm hearing if we don't defend ourselves and stand up, I heard that we could be in peril. This is all just theory stuff I'm listening to, but it's a lot of people are talking about that. There's books written out and stuff, and it's all a big money scam, isn't it? You got to wonder if it's not just a big money scam, eh? All people investing in this, investing in that, and people pulling into this, pulling out of that. Where are we going? I don't know. We living in and loving on a giant big cookie. Yep. But the boys and the girls are having some whoopee. Not doing anything else. No wonder so many monsters. Yep. Many of them. You can't fill a cup that's full. Oh, careful, man. I love these. I probably could. You can't fill a cup that's full. You could overfill it by freezing it. I've had both, Darla, holy and not. It's freaky. Very interesting. Was a beautiful moon yesterday in the UK. Thanks, Rob, for sharing that, man. Truly intelligent person has to be able to unlearn what they've already learned as wrong. Damn right, Jared. And it's not an easy thing to do. I'm working on it myself and take in the new information. Absolutely right. Same way, admitting to your errors and stuff and learn. I've been wrong before. And of course, I want to learn to get ahead. Absolutely. Thousands of cameras on us from space. Yeah, I believe that. Pulsar G, 100%. Guys, gals, Pulsar G, everybody. Thanks a lot for the ongoing support. I have such a hard time getting off here because I don't want to leave. Deja vu and dreams. What's your take on the connection between deja vu and dreams? That's a nice one. I love that one. I'll tell you what. I believe there's something related to the dreams that has to do with reality, either past or future. I believe dreams are something that is coming from outside. I don't believe the dream is coming from our minds. I believe a dream is in some way, either you or your soul subconsciously waking up and seeing another part, another essence, if you want, of humans. We say that we have a soul. What if we have more than just a soul? What if it's a part in the brain, in the pineal gland that leaves with us? Most likely the guys will just bring our pineal glands with us instead of, you don't want to go to another world without that, but anyways, Bruce, just shooting the crap here. Very interesting. Hey, Jason, thanks, guys. Friday Night Live, 8 p.m. Eastern time is when we will be coming back. A whole bunch of things going on. I have giveaway painting on the patrons. That's going to be this week. And I got the Techno Thanks interview, and I got a shirt to give away on for the members. So be patient and stop asking me about Techno Thanks. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It'll be thanks to you guys if I get the video up. And I will be doing tests this weekend with, I don't have to take it down. I think we could just stream, and some of you where clean up your houses and make yourself a nice corner and come on and chat with me. We'll be doing some tests before I talk to Techno Thanks. And once I get it all down pat, I'll be able to do something with Techno Thanks. And at the same time, we can't let him, fall. This guy has been here before me, a long time, by the way, way before me, was doing the research, talking about the moon and cultures. Go check him out, Physical Astronomy, and check out to see what he has to say about what's on the moon. You get a really good laugh. And when I say laugh, is because I love his thinking, the way of thinking. Reminds me a lot of me in many ways. He's got a radio voice, the guy. You gotta love listening to him. And I thank each and every one of you once again for being here, and I love you all. A great big thank you. Be at the live stream tonight, which is only 4 hours away now, and I'll talk to you all then. Love you all. Thanks, Crawlface, everybody, for the ongoing support to this channel. And I'll be talking to you all in a couple of hours. Pulsar G, thanks, man. The moon's not hollow, but it does have a shitty core. That's what they say. They say the core is dead, right? Just a big rock with some cool minerals on it covered in radiation. Yeah, that's true, you know. So they really could have dug out the interior when you think of it. There's no lava and stuff going around there. Interesting. Buzz said we never went to the moon. I know that, Ark. And he said that and admitted that the last minute was to that little girl that they talked to. That's crazy. Aliens are neato, Jason. Absolutely. Andromeda native, Aiken Crater. We're back on tonight talking about a whole bunch of things, you guys. Have you seen the Crater Earth theory on Google Vlamps, the YouTube channel? No, I have not, my friend. I'll check that out. If a person raises their frequency, the truth will be revealed through meditation. Yeah, you're smart, my friend. Contemplation, reflection, and prayer. I was reached out by someone on the other side, a higher being, and it's what I'm doing. I'm continually getting updated, and I'll continue to do that. So thank you, Darla. Am I already at 0.3? That is an amazing thing. 79,000 people. Let's, get the community up to 100,000. What I wanted to do was supposed to be this summer. We're at 100,000, but I guess not. It'll be next summer. But I still I'm honored, guys and gals, for taking the time to subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much. Please be sure to have sub to the channel. Thank you, Darla. Cornish girl, Jill. Welcome. Bye, Wanda. I'll see you guys tonight. 4 hours. I'll be back on, and I'm going to get that video up for you all right now. Bye, everyone.